Hello everyone, welcome to Laurence Plays, where we are playing Factorio Planetary Pioneers, where we have 20 planets, 30 science packs, and 100 mods and so on. And I've accidentally broken OBS, which is why there wasn't a proper starting screen, sorry about that. Also, that's why there isn't a webcam. Maybe I'll try and bring that up again in a few minutes if somebody else is talking about something interesting. So, hello everyone, welcome. Yes, we started off a little bit late. Unfortunately, I managed to, it's all my fault, because of course it is, but I managed to organise a thing with the parents on and then realised afterwards, after we planned it, that the 30th was a Monday. So yeah, that was a little bit of a fail. Sorry about that, but we'll try not to do it again. So hello everybody, hello Persistent, hello Doopy, hello Chloe, hello Mike again, hello Sophia, hello Playnot, hello Regular, hello Blake, No Guard, Travis, welcome one and all. Oh yes, there's rather a lot of noise because I have an air conditioning unit running. That's one of the things I need to ask. How bad is the sound? Because I have a couple of ideas. One of which is to switch over to the headset mic, which is a lot less, is a lot closer to my face and therefore won't pick up ambient sounds as much. Oh look, Sophia's coming through in a car. And the other one is to turn the air conditioning off and sort of die of heat exhaustion at some point soon. So, yeah, let me know what you think. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so the couple of don't mind it, but yeah, as I say, let me know if it gets annoying, and I'll see what I can do. Actually, tell you what, let's try this. 1 second. How do I tell OBS to detect another microphone? 3, 2, that one. Okay, is that any better? It's a less good microphone, but it's going to pick up a lot less ambient background noise. So, yeah, let me know whether you prefer the way it was before or the way it is now. It's no more obnoxious than your own AC. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, any more? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is the headset microphone, so it's not quite as good a quality microphone. I'm not going to mess around with noise gates. It's going to be it's going to be white noise coming out of the aircon unit, so it's probably not going to work very well. It's probably sorry, putting a noise gate on it probably isn't going to work. Right. So one of the things I do remember needs doing was upgrading. I actually should ask Mark first. Can I upgrade this the gear production, Mark?
Sure.
Boop. There we go. Because I noticed that over here on the green science, it's limited by the rate that these gears are coming in. There's a not too terrible, well, there is some iron available at least. So if we steal a little bit more of that, then we can make a lot more gears over here, and then things will work a little bit better. Discord is too quiet, is it? Okay. That's interesting. All the volumes are maximized over there. Okay, let's see if I can tweak other people up a little bit. Because I do want you to be able to hear them all.
Do they want to hear us? Do you want me to put the wood sites here, Mark, or somewhere else?
Sure. If it fits.
Should do. It's not a particularly full thing.
Yeah, or you could remove the old wooden ammo production over there.
Actually, that's a good shout. Let's do that.
Okay,
Not
I've nudged everyone else's volume up as far as it'll go. I suppose the better way to decompensate that is to nudge mine down a bit. There we go. That's mine down a bit and game audio down a bit. So Discord should now be comparatively louder. Please adjust your stream volume to compensate. And of course they've all stopped talking. Yeah, the other.
Hello. This is a sound test. It doesn't sound like it, but it is. Is that helpful?
I don't know. Well,
I can do more of it.
I mean, I can hear what you're saying. The question is, can everyone else? Because it's very difficult to balance audio, frustratingly. But I think it's. They are at 100%. I can't increase them any further. All I can do is drop mine down and ask you to turn your own volumes up. So I'll do that. That's game volume down a chunk and my volume down a chunk. There we go. That's about as far as I can realistically go. Oh, is it possible? When they're talking, the bars are wibbling. So if you can't hear them at all, then maybe there is a problem and it's not sending their stream. Oh goodness sake! Streaming output audio track what? Oh, I bet I know what's happened. There we go. You should be able to hear them now. please?
Hello, hear them now.
Me again, please. Hi. Hello.
Was that better? Okay, right. Right. I'm going to turn all the volumes back up again. So please compensate by turning your own volumes back down again, because yeah, you know how it is. Right. That's it. I'm talking quietly now, and I'm going to slowly ramp up. So this is now the volume we're all playing at. We should all be about equal, and hopefully things are now okay. Oh, this has been a bit ridiculous. Let's drop all these down another 50% again, like they were before. Back to where they were before I started messing around with things. Right, hopefully all is well now. Oh.
It's a 50-50 in it. Either it is or it isn't.
Yeah, at least these are all things I can faff around with live, so I don't need to mess around with the I don't need to stop and restart the stream. So yes, we've got that going for it. Okay, I think things are probably okay now. Let's give it a minute or two just to make sure that we're not playing with stream lag. Mark, what would you like me to do next?
We're currently researching blue circuits, so if you could work towards that, please.
Okay, no problem. Right, it sounds like things are much better. Okay, good. We're still all very quiet. If we're all very quiet, I think that must be a you problem at this point, I'm afraid, Nogar, because I think I've run out of things to fiddle with. I'm a bit quiet, am I? I'll turn things down. There we go. Yeah. Oh, okay. Things are basically okay. Well, let's go with this for a minute or two, and then see if it's still awful in a couple of minutes, or if there's still any problems in a couple of minutes. Let me know, and I can tweak things a little bit further. Anyway, yes. So I need to think about blue circuits. So that's going to require many things, like lots and lots more circuits. So basically, I think I'm probably going to need to copy this entire system here once again to make the red circuits and the green circuits I'm going to need for blue circuits. Do you have any sort of feel for how many you want per second or per minute, or should I just sort of do some?
No, I didn't do any math, so just do enough.
Just some then. Okay.
What rate of science? Sorry, I appreciate it might well be the same answer.
1.5 per second is what I've been doing with all of the other ones.
And is that what you want, Mark?
Sure. I think we pin the comment in Discord because we never could agree on it.
I honestly don't remember.
Right. Oh, there's a coal mine in the way.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna redesign the whole science thing like over and over, so for now, it doesn't really matter.
I could put the blue circuit production underneath the bus, but I'm sort of slightly loath to because all of the usual problems with that gives. Or I could demolish some of the this coal mine, but yeah.
Yeah, I would prefer going south of the bus instead of removing the coal. Yeah.
Okay. It's still in the way, but never mind. Right. So let's try counting to 4, shall we, everybody? See if I can manage that. Why is? Oh, okay. There we go. There's that one, and then we've got 1, 2. Well, actually, I want to put these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is a place. Let's put that. So let's stamp that in there. And none of it's going to get built yet because the roboport is out of range, but that's fine. I'll go over there myself, have a bit of a look at what's going on, and then try and decide whether this is actually a sensible place to put it. Because the cliffs in the way are annoying, but not a serious problem because we can remove those.
Mark.
But then there's these belts of coal here, which I guess I'll reroute those and run them around the south side of all of this. Then I'll want to pull the green circuits, and based on what's going on up where I'm making red. Oh no, I'm not actually making the green circuits fast enough. Okay, but that's because of a shortage of iron. So it's not going to work because we don't have enough iron coming through. But oh well, I'm sure that'll be improved at some point in the future, and then maybe things will be able to start working. So let's come down here first and reroute those coal belts, and so I've got room to play, and then we can just sort of, well, pretend this is all going to be fine. It's not. We can pretend.
How are we going to plumb the wood science in, Mark?
Wooden science?
I assume with belts.
It's a good idea. Like here? See what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you could do double red ones or do some belt weaving. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
I know I will regret that, but
You regret it already.
I get one science pack being made. So you say wooden science? Is that the Lignumis one? We still need
yes.
it, do we? Okay.
Yes, we need that for some later sciences. So.
Interesting. I have to admit, I was not expecting to need it. I thought it was going to be one of those where it looked like it was no longer required. But no,
yeah,
interesting.
when I prepared for the basically the pre-planning on over the weekend, I had a look, and for a short time I was thinking about oh gosh, we have to import that from Lignumis, but no, that's so easy. We can just make it here.
Yeah, does the wooden science not require gold then? I don't know. Is it just
no.
wooden? Okay, that's
yeah.
not so bad then.
I've also tweaked this setup here so that wooden ammo is now can be pulled out of the generic system rather than just going to dump chests out of the way. So I'm a big fan of not wasting. Like, I know it's a trivial thing, but no waste.
Mark, since I haven't had an answer, I'm sorting out logistics chests.
Oh yeah, that's actually something I wanted to assign to you because I know that's something you can do and are quite good at.
Something you like to do.
Yeah.
Tidying.
Actually, could you do
that out.
A system where stuff like iron plates or something like that we trash in our personal logistics trash slots automatically gets relocated into the bus system?
Do we have? Yes. Do we have the appropriate chest yet?
No, but you can do an early version with yellow chests, I believe.
Filtered yellows.
Oh, true. Yeah, and I can mark. I was going to just build it and they'll stay as ghosts, but yeah, I can build it with yellow chests instead.
Yep.
Oh, I wish. Why am I doing? Why am I not bringing the entire factory's robots into this job? That would be much more sensible. Put that there, and then hopefully a bot will come down and deliver it because it should be in the it's well inside the construction range of that one. Got bots bimbling over here to put in some of the belts. It's nice, and I'm going to need power down here as well, of course. So we'll put in a medium pole there, and I guess this is where the big poles come into their own because you can run power all the way from one side of the bus to the other. Hopefully, well, almost. If we put that in the middle there, then it'll at least work. Right. So there we go. That'll get this all built up reasonably effectively. So now at this point, I need to turn off my personal roboport, get all my bots back on board. Hello, little bots. Please charge up quickly. Or I could do it the easy way. There we go. And now, if I go into my armor and remove that roboport for a moment, and then switch to this thing, then I can nanobot. Hopefully. Hello? Can we nanobot and destroy these things, please? I picked up a load of grenades, so I should have... Oh, I've got some nanobots. There's 23 of them left. 23 tubes of them left down there. Plus? Hello, Metbar. Welcome.
Who's putting all the random trees down? I keep hitting them when I'm driving around.
Who keeps driving around and knocking down my beautiful forest? Pollution containment it is. You try. I think he's a biter.
Oh, do I need to? No, I can't turn my roboport on because I haven't got one.
That sounds like a new problem.
Oh, I know why. It's because they are inside a roboport coverage at all. So I need to remove this roboport, which is going to upset all of the bots that are flying around over here. But never mind, bots can be upset. It's all right. Now, yeah, okay, we can. I can nanobot down all this stuff. That's fine. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to blow up these cliffs. Come on. They're more interested in doing stuff I don't need them to do than stuff I do need them to specifically to do.
Are you talking to anyone about these violent, explosive tendencies to destroy things, or?
Yes, I'm talking very loudly to the nanobots because they aren't doing it. They aren't prioritizing it, which is mildly annoying. There we go. Now we've blown everything up that needs to be blown up. So I can now put the roboport back in up here. There we go. And now all of this can be done by the normal bots. And I can. Oh, I've run out of nanobots as well. That's helpful. Yeah, the house bots are the problem, as you say. 160p. Blimey, that's some pretty bad internet regular. That is some horrendously bad internet. I mean, you could just pick up a phone and shout 1001100 and so on into it, and it'd probably be faster. Where's my roboport? There's my roboport. Actually, I probably don't need to. Let's have 2 basic personal roboports since they fit. Why not? Right. Okay. So how much coverage have you got? Not quite all of it. Let's put another one of these in down here somewhere then, like here. Like that. And it'll need power as well, because of course it will. Power is useful for these things. And right, okay, so that's going to be green circuits coming in here. But I'm also going to need to take some of those away, which is going to be a problem because we're not going to be actually making enough green circuits to make all of the red circuits that I've got that I'm currently demanding. But still, it's going to at least be a sort of a start and an approximation of a useful system. So we'll bring this over here as well, because that's the red belt output, and we'll keep that there and then run it through there. So that's going to be red and green belts, red and green circuits. So I can bring that out and turn them into blues, as long as I can get some sulfuric acid. And there is a sulfuric acid supply somewhere miles away, so I'll go and grab that at an opportune moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can get rid of those 2. That'll still reach. Yes, there we go. Lovely. Sounds nice and peaceful. It's just unfortunately the peace extends to not being able to hear the stream, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so I can put in some thingy-me-watsons over here like that. Assembly machines. That's the what I was trying to say. No, we'll put in some inserters for these guys and some exerters. Oh no, we can't put them in the middle because that's where the pipe is going to go.
Yep, that works, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, output comes there, and then we tell these guys we want them to build blue circuits, which is these ones, and that is green circuits, red circuits, and sulfuric acids, and also rotate, pipe. Okay, right, so now I need to go off and find the sulfuric acid supply. Oh, it's right here. That's very convenient. So we'll attempt to pull that through. Oh, there's a pylon in the way. Do you think if I break this pylon, it'll cut the factory up in half? Yes, it will. Okay, let's go and deal with that first. So I'm going to do a little bit of upgrading here. I'm going to turn that into a... I'm going to put in a medium there. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put in a medium there. And then actually, everything should carry on working. There may be another route for the power to go around there, because I didn't see it flash up a power shortage issue, but I think it probably did. There probably was a power crisis, rather.
You know what, boss?
Do you need a job?
Yes, please.
Would you mind expanding your uranium mine and add some processing? So full coverage and processing accordingly and storing the outputs.
Coverix is behind Spacelines, I believe.
I know.
Yep, okay, no worries.
But I want to have at least 40...
oh yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, it'd be good to not have to do the Coverx wait.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey, Gail Quinn. I don't. The bars do seem to be going up and down about the right amount for my microphone. Maybe. But yes, if I switch over to the proper microphone,
then it sounds like this, and you'll probably get enormous amounts of air conditioner noise in the background, because it's really, really warm, and I'm trying to make it.
And I'm trying to make it not quite so warm. So yeah. I am already at 100%. I mean, I could turn everyone else down, but I can't turn myself up at this point. I'm sure I'll turn everyone else down a little bit further, I suppose, and then hopefully you guys can compensate for the volume level. I feel. Shall I start a Twitch poll to see whether people prefer good microphone, bad AC, or bad microphone, lack of AC. let's do that because I don't do polls very often. Where's it? Manage poll. There we go. New poll. Which mic? Can't type. Which microphone should I use? Good mic with AC noise. Headset mic with less noise. Less noise. Less AC. There we go. That fits. 3 minutes is probably long enough. There we go. Now it's up to you guys. Make a channel reward to swap them over. Yeah, that would be that would be a thing I could do certainly. Okay, so is there anything else? Right, we've got the low density structure there. So if I put the blue circuits here on the bus like that for when they eventually get built. Oh yeah, I need to actually link up all of these inputs as well, don't I? That would probably help quite a bit. So I'm going to need a splitter over here. It's really hard to line things up when you can't draw a straight line with a mouse. There we go. Put that there, and then there. Have you linked? Yes, you have linked. Excellent. I put it in the right place. Wow. Be impressed. Be very impressed. So there's my copper input. I need an iron input here. Yes, actually that's going to fit perfectly. Awesome.
Saphir?
Sheer coincidence, but it happens it worked.
Would you like to start with the city blocks?
Sure.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I uploaded into the game blueprints section a city block book, and so from how it's set up, I think one row could go like this direction and another row could like go this direction. So I suggest starting at the top left of that triangle, basically, with the train depot first.
I hope you've done the automatically align to whatchamacallit
Yes.
thing. Excellent.
Yeah.
Sure.
I should have known
Let me
you would
grab
have,
some
but-
rail.
Oh, it's going to be a bit crowded. I think I'm going to tap this off here. It's a bit gross, but I think it's less bad than the alternative. Because then I can put in a splitter there. You see, I'm going to need quite a lot of copper coming through in quite a lot of places. Do I have any red undergrounds? I do, excellent, because there's lots of stuff to go under here. So I can go and order all of that. So, and then whack in a belt like this. That can join onto there, because that is also supposed to be a copper input. And oh, I need power over here. Yes, that was that was the thing I forgot completely. So I'm going to want a substation. Let's do this from map view. Substation. I'm sure I saw somebody had built these earlier. So I'm going to just be
You're
lazy.
welcome.
Yep, that was good. Drop that in there, and then that can power all of this stuff. Oh, I need this belt to go down to here. Right, that is not blue circuits. Do we have any? Oh, it's because I got the pipe the wrong way around. There we go. Who's done that? Mike. That row of the bus, I've sort of earmarked for blue circuits. Although admittedly the blue circuits are going in the opposite direction, I don't know if they're going to need to go to the left.
That's right. You didn't see anything.
Yeah, I haven't put anything actually going that way yet. But my thought was that this could go along there like that.
Ah! Hang on. Oh, is that me doing that? I was a map view and didn't realise it.
I'm not sure what you're doing, but somebody's doing things and it's not me. No, you can't put that there. Count to 4, Mike. Count to 4.
It's got to get there somehow. So if it goes that way, like that.
1, 2, 3, 4. You can't
Right,
use that row. That's the middle of a section. That's the middle of a bus section. That's or a bus middle section.
Is it?
So what we could
base.
do is
1,
have
2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you can have that next. Yeah, you could have it going through
There?
here, I guess. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I think that's all right.
There we go.
No, hang on. Sorry, no, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, sorry, no. Yeah.
Was I right in the first place?
No, you weren't. But I was also wrong in the opposite direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a gap of 2, and then so it should be one more down than where it is. Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
Yeah. It's because
Right.
what's going on here? Why is there red on here? How
Red
are there
on
reds
where?
on here? Oh, from these two machines. Ah, bother. Said poo.
Oh, that. Oh dear.
Okay, well that roboport's moving. Okay.
Found so many machines that just making unlimited quantities of stuff.
So the green circuits can come along here. And the red circuits will... Red circuits are... Oh, actually, no, red circuits can come along here. There we go. That's how we do this. That makes sense. Right. There we go. It's not quite as neat and tidy as it was before, and I've lost the robot port that was in there, but I'll put it back. Put that back. And there we go. Now we'll get the greens on one side and the reds on the other. Okay, why do we still... Oh, that said it was going to be powered. It lied to me. And I don't think I can blame Mike. Which is no fun. Right, there we go. Now we are making... Well, now we are potentially making blue circuits. We're chucking all the stuff into the boxes and into the machines. You just need some red circuits. There we go. Lovely. This isn't going to make blue circuits particularly with all of the with sort of nice balance and efficiency and stuff, but it is going to make blue circuits, and that's a good start. Yes, I can always blame Mike. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, it is a statistical thing. Statistical wrong word. It's a thing that you can do on the basis that you are in fact allowed to be wrong.
Right, okay, the poll has said please use the headset microphone with less air conditioning noise. It was quite close, it was a 4-3 vote, but the winning one is to carry on using the headset microphone, so I shall do so. It was very nearly even, Doopy, yes, you're quite right. Yes, trains will be happening soon, TM. And I guess rockets will probably be happening soon. So what's the... What is the limiting factor? The limiting factor here is... Oh, it's iron, because we're not making green circuits as fast as we otherwise might be. Although we're not doing too badly for iron. Yes, we are. We're doing quite badly for iron. Okay, so the lack of iron is meaning a lack of red circuits, which is meaning a lack of green circuits, which is leading to... well, all of the green circuits being swallowed up by red circuit production. Eventually, this will back up all the way, and they'll all start going into blue circuit production. But for now, yes, we have a bit of a shortage there, but things should get better if we can get some more iron. I suspect we probably won't be getting any more iron because it's not necessarily worth upgrading the systems over here, because we're going to be moving on and to a new and better systems in the not too distant future. But potentially we could get a bit more iron through. Oh yeah, we were talking about upgrading all of the furnaces to steel furnaces because that halves the amount of fuel they use, weren't we?
Yep.
And it's sort of slightly worth using because it'll save... Oh, actually, we've got quite a lot of steel furnaces in there already. So, in fact, all of the iron ones are already steel furnaces. So that has been done. So that won't make any difference. Okay. We have a dribble of blue circuits now. It's, as I say, it's not going very quickly. We're getting like 2 every 10 seconds, so maybe 1 every 5 seconds, in other words, which is not speedy, but we do at least have them, so therefore we can theoretically start making a rocket at some point. What would you like me to do next?
Yes, next would be making a rocket silo.
Okay, cool.
Sounds like I'm going to be escaping soon.
Sphere is having a bot dance. Right.
Yeah. Trying to gather all the materials for the depot.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's going to be a mission. Okay, so I'm going to try and make a rocket silo. That's going to be fun. What do I need for a rocket silo? That's a provisional rocket silo. That's a planet hopper launcher. We do not seem to have rocket silos. Has that not been researched yet? Or are they?
Yes, it's up in research. We need like 10 more logistic robots to do that.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So we need to make some more logistics. Okay, that's easy enough. I can just come over here and.
I did that.
Oh, you've already done that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we are making some flying robot frames there. So that's looks promising. If I rotate that, I've only got 16 in there, but still. But then I can grab the flying robot frames out of here and chuck them in here. Or actually, you know, I could just look in here and see what's required for a proper rocket silo. Provisional, glass rocket silo. Really? Rocket silo and planet hopper. It's this bunny. And that takes steel and blue and electrics and pipes and concrete mix. Okay, I think nearly all of that is on the bus. It's going to take a while to make those 200 processing units, but still, never mind. The pipes are not on the bus, but iron is, so I can make that. I think concrete mix is on the bus, from what I remember hearing in last week's stream. I can't see it, but which makes me think it's probably going to be clashing with one of the other things on the bus. But oh, here it is. Here's the concrete mix. Oh, it's going along the top of the bus. Oh no, it's going along the bus. It's not going on the bus. It's going to here. But that's. This is nearly all of the stuff I need, except the blue circuits. Yeah, I don't remember needing logistics bots when I made the rocket when I was playing Vanilla Space Age. That doesn't mean it wasn't there, but I don't remember.
So is it possible that one of the mods has changed something? I mean, I know that mods are not traditionally known for changing things.
Oh, absolutely. But it's. I guess when I expect vanilla recipes to be sort of somewhat similar in a modded run. Only somewhat. They're not necessarily going to be exactly, but mostly be similar. And that would be a departure from that similarity. And I'm not saying it's not happened, because absolutely it certainly could. But yes, I sort of have this expectation that the vanilla recipes are going to stay fairly similar to the normal ones. However, I think it's quite likely that that's completely wrong.
So I would expect there to be a level of variation, and I hope there'll be a level of variation for some of them to fold in the various mods nicely, and then maybe a bit of balancing. Because otherwise, if they were all the same, it'd be a bit like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, sure.
I mean, yes. There's no actual reason why they should necessarily be the same. But until I find until I find something reason.
Yeah, until you see the exact example. Yeah.
I sort of expect them to be the same until I see that they're different. I certainly don't have. There's nothing wrong with them being different. And as you say, it makes things more interesting. So, no complaints. It's just that until I've worked out that they're different, my base assumption is that they're going to be the same.
Yeah, fair.
It's going to take. I was going to say it's going to take a very long time to. What happened there? Oh, I ran out, so it decided to ghost them in. Oh, where I was drawing. Sorry. There we go. That's interesting. So if you. No, don't do that. If you're drawing a belt and then you run out of belts and you haven't got the cursor over the belt you were drawing because you don't need to, you can just drag wherever you like. Stop it. It starts drawing the ghost belts from where your cursor was rather than from where it was drawing all of the other ones.
Yes, that's a mod thing, because we have a mod that if you run out of belts, it will put the belt in your hand. The ghost belt.
Okay.
No, vanilla just goes, oh, you've run out of belts. Too bad.
Yeah.
Mark?
Yes.
I've tried to place the first depot blueprint. However, it asks me for the fuel type. What should I pick?
I suggest going for coal for now.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. So this location is a good one?
Yep.
Perfect. Could we also? Can I request some explosive research upgrade?
Sure.
Oh, you clearing trees with grenades?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are the termite bots not good enough for that?
I see. I haven't even considered those. Oh, but see, now they're marked for deconstruction, right? And they won't do
Yeah,
anything.
so you just run around with the appropriate gun out, and trees near you just get deleted.
Yes, but they won't get deleted with the when they're marked for deconstruction,
No,
which is an issue because now they're marked for deconstruction.
if only there was a way of changing that.
Be nice to each other.
Make me. You're not my real boss. Oh dear.
Right, you can make pipes. You can make rocket silos. Yes, you can make rocket silos. It's been discovered. Oh, I need to bring electric engines in as well. Okay, so this is going to be a...
Pipeline has been overextended, apparently.
Which one?
I don't know. I just saw an alert.
Oh, this one.
Just one of them.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Somewhere there is a
could
pipe,
be
which
mine.
is sad.
Yeah, 2 of those are mine.
Electric motors. This is the problem with going back to the other end of the bus because that's where all of the concrete is. I need to bring many things down it. It may have been easier to do this the other way, but and bring the concrete up to the everything else. But never mind. Actually, these aren't on the bus anyway, so it sort of doesn't matter. I'm very tempted to put the electric motors on the other side of the blue circuit bus, but that seems a bit wrong. But then getting through here is going to be a pain. Oh dear.
Why do we have a bazillion gun turrets out of ammo?
Because I'm placing them and
Okay.
not placing them with ammo currently.
Right, let's do that. And then which side are these all on? They're on the bottom side. Fine. I think I can hear somebody else's air conditioner as well. I mean, it'd be hypocritical of me to complain about that.
I think you can hear the lumber mill.
Oh, maybe.
Or the labs, maybe. Put it this way, when I move...
I wasn't looking at it. Yeah, I think you're right, though. I think you may well be right, because I was on. I thought when you're on map mode, you heard what your map view. Yeah, your map view was pointing at. So maybe it wasn't that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I heard something sound a bit like an AC fan vaguely near where you are. And then I moved away and it went. And then I moved back and it came back again.
That is a lot of gun turrets out of ammo. I hadn't moused over that until just now.
Are we making centrifuges somewhere? So this is the disadvantage
Yes.
of shooting off early.
They are up at the left-hand end of the bus, or the western end
Thank
of the
you.
bus.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, made by you last week.
Yes.
That was last
I
week.
remember that. In detail.
I
Oh,
don't
good.
believe you.
Why not? I'm so honest.
Did we run out of bots? Yes. We have no construction bots. Well, we have 203 construction bots, but they're all busy. What are they doing?
Yeah, someone's deconstructing chests of shame.
Oh, I mean, okay.
I'm not that good. For net, given not all these storage chests are up and in logistics areas,
You think it might be a
that's just
trifle
moving
premature?
everything to yellow chests, including all of Sophia's iron.
Grumbling.
You don't like my iron?
Your crushed iron that's just in chests.
And
Yeah.
And it's being
logistics-
moved from one chest to another chest at the moment by.
Well, I mean, that is
using
just
up all
very
of our
inefficient. I don't know why you guys would do that.
Oh, no.
bots. I wouldn't mind, except that's taken all of the bots, and therefore none of my builds are happening.
There's 100 bots available now, so your
Okay.
builds are happening.
That's a step in the right direction, thank you. Right, connect you to the logistics network, and I want you to run when rocket silos equals 0. So we're only going to have, well, actually, let's say less than 1, because at least then it's consistent. And if we want to increase that, you don't come in and go, what? Why did it say equals 0? So yeah, we'll only make 1 anyway. That's the point.
Quick question. What was the deal with the cliff explosives? How do we get them to work?
You have to make sure the area is not covered by any Roboport network, and that includes personal ones and the factory one. And then use your nanobots with lots and lots of grenades in your inventory. I think it's 15 per piece of cliff you destroy, and destroy them with your personal nanobots.
Got it. Thank you.
That's okay. Right, so this is eventually, hopefully, going to be, yes, there we go, electric motors and blue circuits, which is a little bit gross, but it's temporary. It's not temporary, nothing's temporary, but we're going to pretend it is.
No, everything is in Factorio.
Oh, true, yes, we will eventually finish the game and go on and do something else. Right, are you a happy bunny? You've not got concrete mix. What is this? This is concrete mix. Not pointed the assembly machine in the right direction. You need pipes. You're not getting pipes because I haven't put in an inserter. That's fair. Blue circuits are on their way. Those are there. Electric engine units are on their way. Pipes will be on their way will be being made once that gets built. Right. Okay. Rocket silo. A rocket silo will be produced at some point in the future, but it requires a large number of blue circuits to be made. Blue circuits should be being fed. Yes. Here comes the first few. It is possible I've broken it up the other end. Let's go and check. No, there's a few coming through. They're just coming through very, very slowly due to the aforementioned iron shortages. Quite a lot of those green circuits are being turned in. You know what? We've got enough red circuits now for the time being. Let's switch that out priority to the right. So all of these green circuits will go over to be made into blue circuits, and we've got a little bit of a priority tweak there. Also, in the meantime, I'm just going to steal all of this iron and go and throw it into those machines manually by hand in an attempt to get some green circuits. Actually, I could run along here and grab all of these green circuits, couldn't I? Except I'd also get a lot of wooden circuits, and I don't really want that. I could pipe the green circuits from the bus into the blue circuit production. But if I do that, that is just going to eat all of the green circuits. But as it is, it's already just eating all of the iron. And well, it's not. It would be if there was any left, but there isn't any left, so it doesn't get to. I don't know. It's sort of tempting to just steal all of the green circuits, but I don't know if that's wise. Boink. There we go. There goes all of that iron, and now we have a brief. Well, there'll be a brief flood of green circuits until these machines all use up all that iron I just chucked into them. But that's a good start. Right. There's a dribble of red circuits coming along here, and I could take the red circuits from here as well and put them onto the bus, but I don't want to because that will deprive them from the blue circuit production, which I would like to work. There we go. These are getting num and grabbing all the green circuits that are coming through. So that means we can now start producing blue circuits at a rate of 1 every 3 seconds instead of 1 every 5 seconds or whatever we were doing before. I could even put in extra machines, but to be honest, I think this is going to be a very limited supply of green circuits. Oh, we've got enough something going through here as well now. It's fine. We're getting blue circuits gradually. In about a year, we will have enough of them in here. We've got to 21, so we're 10% of the way there. It needs 200 for this processing unit, but it will grab them as they come past. Okay, there's a few gone onto a belt up here, but
Who's stolen all the Roboports? I demand answers.
The lack of iron.
Yeah, every problem in this game at the moment, I think, is down to the iron shortage. I'm afraid.
So severe, it's your fault.
Circuits, lack of green circuits.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Could someone nip off to Vulcanus and get some foundries?
Yeah, right, see you in a few minutes.
Some red circuits made it through. We just need another 45 red circuits to make a Roboport. Blimey.
Yep. That's vanilla.
I can believe it. I'm just horrified.
45 of everything, isn't it?
I only actually looked at the red circuits because that was the one I cared about. Because it said there were 30 in there, and I thought that's quite a lot. That should be enough to make a Roboport, surely. It turns out no. And yeah, the red. There's a shortage of red circuits because there's a shortage of green circuits, and there's a shortage of green circuits because there's a shortage of iron. Yeah. So we'll ignore the fact there's an enormous number of red circuits down here. Well, actually, if you want to make sort of 1 or 2 Roboports, you could come and nick some of the red circuits from the blue circuit production area, because there's quite a lot.
It's fine. I'm gonna be running back and forth anyway with this thing.
Okay. It's a bit of a shame actually. Yeah, there's also a lot of stuff being now dumped onto this rather long belt. I am now regretting doing it this way round rather than running the concrete mix from here up to the other end of the belt. I think that would have been a better idea in hindsight. It would, yeah. I think that's what I should have done. Hindsight's 20/20 and all that though, so you know. How are we getting on over here? 46. Right, we've got 47. We are nearly a quarter of the way through making the blue circuit, or getting the blue circuits into this machine here, which I could do. Now let's go over and do this manually because otherwise they'll just... No, let's do it by bot. The bots can... We've got bots. Let's use them. So if I remove that chunk of belt and then tell over here again, just to say we want any blue circuits that happen to be found just randomly, you know, by bots. We'll bring them over and stick them in here because we are still at under 50, which is not very good. We're still gathering electric engines as well because we need 200 of those, and so it's trying to stock up enough to make 2 of these things. Yeah. That's true. I could limit the number on the belt. That's not a bad idea, because at least then it would stop it being quite so ridiculous forever. So I could put in a red circuit from here to here, and then boom, boom, boom. And okay, I want you to read all belts. Read all belts. Did you read all belts? No, all belts. And then I want to look at this network. What have we got? We've got 48 on the. So there's 48 on their way down the belt at the moment. Okay, let's say if it's less than 50. Yeah.
Are we making landfill somewhere?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can...
So much
What's
stuff.
all bring it to you if you ask for it? In about 2 hours.
There it is.
There we go.
So
I mean, let me take a peek. Ah, thank you.
So yeah, that'll stop it running when we stop using them, which is nice. Hello, Mitchell. Welcome. That's my fault really because the stream did start a bit late, for which I apologise. I managed to double book myself through sort of advanced Muppetry, so yeah, sorry about that. But yes, it's not your fault. Electric engine units. Well, I mean that is an electric engine. No, it's a carbon lubricated electric engine. Wow. That doesn't sound at all complicated. There it is. Right. So we want to say if that's less than 50, then then let this belt run. There we go. So that's now stopped. So we only have to fill up this much belt with electric engines now, which is going to help quite a lot because there's enough down here to make many more rocket silos.
So, Mark,
yes.
I've got a sort of very noddy CoverX placeholder, and it is noddy. The idea being that the priority will obviously go in there, and you turn it all on.
Yeah.
Do you want me to stockpile 40 of these in a chest at the top so you can release them manually?
Yes, you don't have to do a auto, and we have to circle back here once we have CoverX anyway, so we can manual feed that. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That was not what I wanted. I want you to do.
If we had
It's-
enough people, we could leave one person on each planet when we depart. It might be rather dull for the person left on Lignumis, though. Blimey. We'll come back and look at this later, but blimey. Okay, I'm currently idle because I'm waiting for the rocket silo to be built. I suppose I should look into what goes into rocket parts and then try
Yes,
and get that
exactly.
wired up.
So you could have a look at all the space stuff. So the space platforms,
Okay.
starter pack, foundation, etc.
Ooh, rocket fuel.
Rocket fuel, yeah. So everything. So do the space stuff basically. That's the next one.
Okay, space stuff it is. So rocket part is blues, low density structure, and rocket fuel. Oh, I'm going to regret building below the bus, and I should have left a lot more space in this. I didn't realise how much stuff was going to end up needing to come through here because we're going to have to get rocket fuel in. Although that said, I was going to say if I'm bringing these off this way, but no, that's awful because rocket fuel is going to be slightly awkward. Waterproof rocket part, nice. We'll learn more about that later. Rocket fuel is solid fuel and light oil. Solid fuel is just whatever oil stuff you have available in the largest quantities. Is there one that's cheaper than the others? I feel like you make rocket fuel out of light oil, but I don't know whether that's just a sort of because you make the other part. You make rocket fuel out of light oil, so you might as well make the solid fuel out of light oil to make it, or do you use petroleum gas because we've got loads of that? Let's see if there's an obvious answer in the recipes. So, solid fuel, okay, gathered from huge rocks apparently on Corundum. Okay, that's irrelevant. So you can make it from 20 petroleum gas, 10 light oil, or 20 heavy oil, or hopes and dreams. That's literally there. That's not me just saying things to be funny. Or from solid. Okay.
Oh, don't worry, lad. We don't think you say things to be funny.
Herb.
Hurkle-durkle.
Yes, definitely advanced trains. Mark got his fingers on it, so you know how it goes. Solid fuel from light oil is the most efficient recipe. That makes sense because it's 10 light oil to 20 petroleum gas. But while I'm at it, I was going to check the cracking. Check the Kraken.
While you're listening to chat for advice, they might not use the same mod pack. So
true. I'm going
things
into
may
check
be
at
different.
the moment. So to turn 30 light oil into 20 petroleum, you turn 30 light oil into 20 petroleum gas. So it's 1.5 per, but it uses half. I think it might have reached that point in the summer where I need to reboot the router before I start streaming, because I feel like last year I'm sure there were issues with the router and it sometimes failing during streams. So I started rebooting it before a stream when it got hot, and that seemed to solve the problem. So I should probably start doing that again.
Oh, due to heat, you mean? Wow.
Well, it seemed correlation may or may not be causation. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But last summer, I definitely had issues with the router crashing, or my internet dropping and then coming back, like it just did. And I started rebooting the router before streaming, and it got better. And then I haven't bothered doing that over the winter, and that has seemed to be okay. So
Ready
yeah,
to unpause?
yes, please.
It shouldn't be a heat thing, but heat might make it worse. Because if
Yeah, so-
anything, a reboot is going to heat it up more. Slightly.
Yeah, true. But there seemed to be a related problem in there. Anyway, what I was saying before I got so rudely interrupted by my internet apparently failing, is that yes, I need to make rocket fuel, which means I need light oil and I need solid fuel. And I looked at the recipes for making solid fuel, and we've got from petroleum gas, it takes 20 petroleum gas, or you can make it from 10 light oil, or from 20 heavy oil. You can make 20 petroleum gas from 30 light oil, so it's better to use the light oil to make it. However, there is a risk that if you're making lots and lots of rocket fuel or solid fuel and not much else, you can run out of light oil because you've got too much petroleum gas. But given that we're also making a flow of plastic and of sulfur, and those are moving, it's probably going to be all right. So let's get started with that.
Mike, could you do some wider negotiations on the east side to basically cut through there and there?
Yep, certainly.
Something just went pop quite loudly when you stopped talking. I hope that was just a sort of a random audio pop rather than something failing.
It's my knees.
Oh, okay, that's all right then.
It's because I'm almost as old as you are, you know. It's
Blimey.
Eyo.
Nah, you've just been aged by having kids. All right, that's that. Now let's put some
Can
pylons in.
confirm. Can confirm. Oh dear. It's very cute. I was taking my older one to preschool, and she just turned to me and went, "Daddy, I love you." Completely randomly. It's like,
You said, "What do you want?"
No, I genuinely didn't want anything because she's not quite got to the idea that you need to say that. She wants something. She just says, "I want this." She's not learned diplomacy yet.
It is a fairly complicated game, from what I've heard.
So I'm told.
Right, so there we go. That's going to get me some robo coverage up that way, and power and all that sort of shenaniganery. So now that means I can start thinking about how to actually make solid fuel. And I think it's fairly straightforward, but I can never remember whether you do it in a chemical plant or in a cheesemonger. No, in a chemical plant or an assembly machine. So there's a chemical plant for that one, and then maybe that probably means the rocket fuel is then done in an assembly machine. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, good. So that's fairly straightforward. We put one of these guys in down here like that, and then what's the rate for making these things? That's an important thing to check because then you can find out whether you can just do direct insertion. So it's 1 second to make a solid fuel, and then it's 10 solid fuel and 15 seconds to make a rocket fuel. So it's close. In fact, it's sort of close enough. I don't know. I mean, it's actually it's a 3 to 2, isn't it? So if I have if I have 3 machines making solid fuel and 2 machines making rocket fuel from it, then that'll work. So it's a lot like the like making green circuits. Those and there it is. Except they're going to have funny speed bonus penalty things, because these are a speed of 0.75, these are a speed of 1, so these are that bit faster. It's going to be close enough to do 1-to-1, I think, in that case. So let's just do 1-to-1. I'm not quite sure whether it's spot on or not, but it's going to be close enough. So you do that, and then you do, where is it? That one. Right, if I do that, but if I move that across to there, then that's annoying. It'd be really nice to just run the pipe straight up the middle of all of these, like that, and then maybe do some shenaniganry with underground. Maybe I can actually... No, I can't do shenaniganry with underground pipes, because I could go down here and back up here, but then there wouldn't be room to put an inserter between them. I can move them slightly further apart. No, there still wouldn't be room, because I need to go into this here. That's a real shame, because if I could do that as is, that would be really, really neat. But no, short of then running the solid fuel round the outside, I can't. So that's a bit ridiculous. So instead, let's move this down one like that. Then I'll do that, and I can shove in long inserters along the middle of here like that. And I guess pylons every other one like this. I'm trying to decide if I like that or not. It feels neat having the light oil just coming up the middle in a single pipe, but this gap in the middle feels a little bit weird. Still, I think it's okay, and I'm happy to go with that. So there's a design. Let's make several of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then find the light oil and plumb it in there as well. So here we go. Here's the light oil. You go down this way like that. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And we'll run it in with an underground pipe so I don't end up tripping over it and bashing my shins. There we go. Large USB fan on the router. That's a good idea, Gelquin. I like that plan. Oh yeah, we don't have any roboports, do we? Because everything is very, very slow. Oh. I say everything is very, very slow. Red circuit production is very, very slow over here. Where's my character? My character. Ooh. Right, I'm going to be cheeky and I'm going to steal some red circuits from blue circuits because there's quite a lot of them spare. There we go, and then I can get stuck on all the buildings. And then I can go to that machine and I can go all of that. And I'll make several. And that will hopefully finish what I'm trying to build at the moment. Right, so yes, that'll come along here, bum 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 bum. And then, oh yes, over here I'm going to need a belt. So this is going to be producing one every mumble second. So a single, but I don't even need to worry about trying to put the trying to worry about side balancing the belt. We're not going to get enough coming through here for it to be remotely worth it.
Something was getting damaged on Nauvis. That was you, Mike?
That was me personally, yes.
Oh,
We have solved the issue. I like the way that something mechanical was getting damaged. That was me. Because as an engineer, I'm currently... I got all excited, and so I got Fortunate Son playing. I started the thing. I got my firebase going. I got a support team moving out, and then I realised the turrets don't move. I got really sad.
what?
It's going so well. Yeah, don't worry. It's Mark and I understand.
I think I roughly understand. I just also think you're being peculiar.
That's a given. I mean, yeah. It takes a certain sort of person.
Right, that's it. That. This water pipe's in the wrong place, but never mind. I can just get under it. Under there, under there, under there, under where? Where's this going to come down? Over here. Okay. So that, like that. And I guess again. And then just do it like that. That's fine. Right. So that is going to be rocket fuel in several years. Lots of the bots to do. Have we got? Oh, we still haven't got built up to all the way to over here, but that's fine. Well, it'll get there eventually. Oh, is that going to have enough coverage? Yes. Okay, that covers that whole area. That's well, pretty much nearly the whole area. Okay, so that's going to eventually be rocket fuel coming down here, which means I can put the rocket silo, which may or may not be built by now. Let's find out. Rocket silo was all the way over here for dumb concrete-related reasons. We've got to 184 out of the 200 blue circuits. Great. Just see if you can find a playlist of songs that Donald Trump has been told he's not allowed to use anymore, because they're probably all fairly appropriate. Also, this light appears to be full of concrete juice. Right. So, over here, is somebody else taking charge of that bleep bloop alert? Good.
Yep, got it.
Put this guy here. And then want a belt coming down here, down the side. Carrying that, and hope this is going to break the limiter on there, but never mind. I'll fix that in a second. Red. Boink. Boink. Hold, read, hold, all. There we go. That's linked in. Right, so that comes down there. That's going to that's going to bring in the blue circuits and the rocket fuel.
And the electric engines.
Need to feed in there like that. Oh, and electric engines. Damn it, you're right. Thank you. There. Right. Blue circuits to the right. That's my fault for putting the electric engines on the same belt. I shouldn't have done that. That was silly. But oh well. Basically, the problem is I put this whole thing in too high up. I should have gone. I should have left a lot more space for the bus, basically. Which is why we normally build above the bus, because you don't even have to worry about it. But I didn't think it through properly. Oops. Where are my low dentistry structures? Here they are.
Do we not have purple chests yet?
Of course not.
Nope.
That's behind all kinds of science. Actually, I think it's only behind blue science.
Those purple or yellow or space or something. So you have to leave to get it? I can't remember though.
I thought so too, but then I looked and I think I might have been wrong.
Yeah, it's only behind blue. But it's behind having a space platform.
Okay, that's an interesting way of doing it, but okay. Sure, why not?
Or behind being able to make a space platform. Not sure.
Okay.
Oh no,
Technically, that should be
having placed one. That unlocks cargo bay. And then behind that, there's thrusters and logistics system.
okay. That's an interesting order, but okay. Right, got some blue circuits through. Right, so you need blue circuits. Right, okay, that's all that stuff being fed in there. The next thing is going to be making all of the space stuff, which at the moment is just Space Platform Foundation, Space Platform Starter Pack, and that's it, I think. Because we've got the provisional rocket silo, we've got the another provisional rocket silo, we've got the actual rocket silo, we've got Planet Hopper, which we might want at some point. Oh, and we'll need a cargo landing pad at some point as well. Oh, it's another concrete mix thing. Oh well, never mind. Steel and electric cables, and then plus units. Okay. Let's make a landing pad. Let's make landing pads over here because I've got all the stuff I need. So I want you to make landing pad. Steel, blues, and concrete mix. So that's that, and that, and this. So. Not that, but that, and let's make that less than. No, let's keep that at 1 for now, because we have a massive shortage of input ingredients. So once we've got more, we can increase that. And you'll want one of those as well. Of course you will. Then, right, so these guys, steel plate and electric cable, fine. That and processing units. Well, I've got the processing units here. So let's put in... let's look at the numbers. So what I'm trying to make space platform foundation at the moment. There's multiple different, no, this is the one. So 20 steel, 20 electric cables, and it takes 10 seconds to make it. So we need 2 electric cables per second in order to keep this running at full speed. I don't think we're going to be able to do that because we don't have enough steel coming in, but for future proofing. Not that I expect this to be future proof, but you know. So electric cables are made at 2 per half second. So so do that and that and that and that. Then this one in the middle can make me my electric cables. Then this one can make a space platform. So can this one, but then that one can then also turn it into starter packs. So I need to extend that to there, and I'll need to have a belt coming in here that is steel, and let's move all of this down. Let's try to stop making the same mistakes again and again.
That sounds boring. You want to make the same mistakes lots and lots of times for chat's benefit.
So yeah, they can start going, no, you've already screwed up like that once before, don't do it again. Goodness
Why is he not learning? I must engage with his content to tell him how inferior he is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yes, it's all just engagement baiting, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't possibly...
And chat, we really want to understand what you think about this, so please do drop it in the comments, like and subscribe. Especially on Twitch.
Yes, Twitch subscriptions are a bit more valuable than YouTube subscriptions. YouTube memberships, I think, is the term.
Yeah,
Mark,
Yes.
the depot, you have blue belts. You want me to switch them to red?
Yes, please. Or just yellow ones for the depots, fine.
Okay.
I want to come down to here. But yeah, you'll notice there was other stuff in the way, as tends to happen when you're. Oh, there's still stuff in the way. I guess I could bring it down to.
Ooh, that was an unfortunate save.
Maybe bring it in here instead, like that. Do the belt merging here. In which case, I probably then want to move all of this across. So let's remove that and that and that and that and that and that and that, like this, and that, and then bring this one down here. And this is not the last bit. Oh, don't delete the whole thing. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, that'll do. There. That's the bit I wanted to keep. Right. So then, this comes up here and goes across here and goes into there. This comes in here, and we try not to hate it too much. That goes to there. That shouldn't be there. That should be there. And then I can wiggle this through like this. And then finally, put this belt in here. Oh, that's very, very spaghetti, and I don't really. I tolerate it, I suppose. That'll flood down here. We'll get all of the copper, the cables, and get all the copper for the cables, the steel for these things, steel and blue circuits for this thing, and then we'll start making stuff. But I do need to put red circuits on the outputs for these. Red chests on the outputs for these.
Where do we have concrete?
We have
Smelting area?
mix.
Oh,
We've got
right.
concrete on the bus as well.
We do.
And in logistics, it's in logistics chests, I think, but it will be once the logistics system gets out that far down there.
Oh, down there. That's all the way over. Yeah, all the way over here. Do we have? Yeah, we have a supply of concrete going onto the bus at least.
Yeah.
So that's not so bad. Oh, this is not roboporting. Let's put in another roboport. I think I'm gonna. I don't like leaving a. Let's put it there. As I say, I don't like leaving a gap, logistics gaps inside my logistics system. So I'll put that one. I'll put that one up there, even though it's a slightly odd place. And it potentially might get in the way of the bus. But then it's low density structures. They probably don't need to go too much further. Probably. I'm actually slightly surprised that these things didn't take low density structures. I think I must be thinking of space exploration though. Right, here comes the copper and also the steel, albeit very, very slowly. So you guys need to run until logistics network connect. What's a sensible number of space platform pieces to keep? Let's go for 200.
At least 12.
Let's go for 200 for now, I feel. And then we can increase that later if we feel the need. And also then over here, I think we only need one of these guys. What are you? You're the the starter pack.
I suspect it's 1 to 200 per rocket silo we have. Is how many platforms we want to keep stock of.
Maybe I have this sort of hope and theory that at some point we'll churn them out fairly. We'll be able to. We want to launch half a dozen rockets fairly quickly, so we'll need a stockpile of the gubbins. But then also, I suspect by the time we get to that point, we'll have rebuilt this whole system, so it should be alright.
Yeah, I think there's also the other possibility of. I really sincerely hope that Nauvis isn't going to be the be-all and end-all. As in, you will have other planets that do... Ideally, you want a distributed system where, and not just because you're forced to, but it actually actively makes sense to do things like iron production on a different planet to the copper production.
Absolutely, yes. I think that'll happen.
However, Nauvis is the safe spaceship building place.
How do you mean safe?
Well,
You'll
spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. So when it comes to all the mods and so on, obviously that
It may
May
change.
change,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it may not be safe to build spaceships in Nauvis anymore. Over Nauvis anymore, rather. Regular doesn't
you're
like me leaving
talking-
the trees inside my builds because he likes pollution, presumably. I don't know. I think I'm going to put in more blue circuit production. I think this is going to cause problems, or at least shortages of red circuits and green circuits and stuff at some point. But I think, even so, I think having some more would be a good idea. And there you go. I get rid of some trees for regular as well. And I'll put that extra piece of pipe in so I can copy and paste more easily next time. If we could get this roboport in there, I would appreciate it, because then I'd be able to start building things without it just...
We don't have any robots.
No, why not? No, oh, no steel.
No steel. Oh, it's just feeding through slowly. Good. It's not me having broken it.
Yeah, just very, very slowly. Very, very slow supply of steel. In fact, it's quite a slow supply of steel, and then it's being used in a bajillion places as well. So, yeah. I think Sophia's been blowing up trees quite a lot. He was asking for grenades for purposes of tree blowing up. So, yeah. There's a certain amount of deforestation has happened over here, if that makes you feel any better. What's the... Oh, it's a concrete. I was wondering what the blue... why there was a blue square around the depot, and it's bricks and concrete for decorative purposes. Okay. Do I have any pocket steel? No. Can I get any pocket steel? Not really. I mean, I could do a little bit of this, but... Oops, got some cogs as well. Never mind.
I've run out of ammunition and have to come home.
Yeah, I left you 1,000 there.
Thank you. I took 1,000 out with me.
I hope you've invested it wisely.
No one has yet complained about my investment strategy that they've been on the receiving end of.
I haven't listened to a single complaint, as they say.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure this goes where I want it by stealing it and doing it by hand. There we go.
Fairly sure it's Doctor Who where they says he's hiding in a body bag and it says you need to put air holes in those things. He goes, well, we've never had anyone complain about it before.
Yeah, I haven't listened to a single complaint, I believe, is a Dilbertism. Or Dogbert, technically. Oh, now there's no power there. Fine, there you go. Have some power if you insist. Right, so we've got coverage down here now, so all of these will be able to start working. And again, they're just going to try and use up all of the steel, but Sylvie, are you using red ammunition, Mike?
Yep.
Okay, because there might be some problems with making that, given that steel is currently at a crisis. But it sounds like Marcus stockpiled quite a lot of it for you, so maybe you'll be okay.
Where's the stockpile, sorry?
Where it's produced, at the top.
Oh, so yeah. Okay.
Still two
There.
robot.
I know where that one is.
Short up here.
Yeah, no, thank you. I know what that one is. I just wondered if you had a separate stockpile, just like a ready store.
I think I might just have to go over there and do this by hand, because these getting robo. It feels very strange that getting the roboports up and running is the difficult part of this build. So I think I'm going to go and steal some steel and hand feed them sods, because it's a bit of a ridiculous problem to be having, to be honest.
We have immediately gone up to 44
Oh, that's up.
roboports, which is probably faster expansion than you'd have on single player.
Oh yeah, I mean, I understand that we are using lots and lots of roboports. It is, and that is fine. Or at least we're using lots of steel for lots and lots of things, and that is again fine. I just want to claim some for my own purposes, and I'm being impatient and selfish.
A streamer, impatient and selfish. Surely not.
Next. At least I haven't put another feed off the iron supply with a little furnace there, cooking it into on site into steel to put it into the roboport making. That might be going a bit far even for me. Also, we're short of iron as well, so it probably wouldn't help as much as I'd like it to. There you go, have some steel. How many steels does it take anyway? 40, it is, you're right, Tristan. It's 45 steel, 45 gears, 45 reds.
Yep.
1, 2, 5.
3, sir.
Thank you. I had every faith that an obvious Monty Python reference like that would not be missed. I just hope I'm the only person who's been putting out roboports. Otherwise, there could be the bots might be fighting over them.
Oh, I'll remove that one then. I don't. It's general expansion rather than.
Yeah, I'm
Current,
specifically trying to get the rocket stuff in up here, and two of them are heading over the right way. The third one is just not. I don't know. There is a roboport in the box, and
There's a report in that storage chest as well.
uh,
That's possibly because I just cancelled a build.
oh yeah,
of them.
probably. Okay, well, I mean, if it's in a yellow chest, it'll get used up, so that's sort of okay. I don't see the bot taking over the third one for my requester. Oh, of course it won't be yet because it doesn't know about that third one because the second one hasn't been placed. And the only reason it knows about the second one, despite the first one having not been placed, is because it's a corner and a diagonal, which I suppose technically means I don't need the one on the corner, but it feels sort of wrong to not have it there. It'll happen sooner or later anyway. I was going to start fiddling around and putting the webcam stream feed back onto the stream, but it occurred to me if I do that, you'll just suddenly get a full screen shot of my face, and nobody wants that. At least not without warning.
How many? Oh, they're all gone. Never mind. That answers that question.
Yeah, I don't know where the fourth one has gone. There are a number of bots heading over to the area that I asked for some building to happen. In fact, we've got partial logistics coverage of it now. I don't know about the the roboport, but it'll probably turn up sooner or later.
Chemical plants. Roboport. Okay, I'm going to place another one.
Persistent has done face purple wide eyes. Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay, fine. I had to go and look on actual YouTube rather than the restream thing. It just tells me. It just gives me the text for the name of the emoji. So it just says face purple wide eyes. Okay, so we've got we are now we are about to make our first rocket fuel. Well, we are currently trying to. Just need and we'll get some more being made once we get some more machines along here. But you know, it's a step in the right direction. Oop, 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 oop. And drum roll. How close is it? Still only halfway through. Dumpty dumpty dum. Where are you going? Oh, you're taking out trees. Fine. There we go. First rocket fuel made. Yay! I wonder if that's one of the milestones.
Apparently not, because you didn't get one.
Didn't get a pop-up. Yeah. Okay. Oh well. I mean, have I fluffed the numbers here? 1 per second. Yeah. And using half per second. I have completely fluffed the numbers, and I don't know how. I didn't think they were going to be precise, but I didn't realise they're going to be quite that different. Oh well, never mind, to be honest. We can just have idle. Or actually, what do you think? Should I probably should. No, let's fix this.
I think you should fix it based on some of the comments about my builds you've made over the years.
Okay.
So I'm spotting a thing here. Mike's done this, and you'll notice that the ratio, instead of being 1 to 2, is 1 to 1.199999999, and this is obviously a lack of skill.
I think you had an extra. I think you messed up what your criticism there, but I know what you mean, and I don't entirely disagree. So yes, all right, I shall fix.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take all of that, and we'll move it to there, and then we'll take out that and that and that and that and that. Oh no, we won't undo that. And then once that's happened, I can move move all of these along by magic of robots. In the meantime, I can get rid of that and that, and that and that, and that and that, and that and that. And
Mark?
insert a
Yes.
in the wrong place. Never mind.
The blueprints for the trains. Did you not include radars?
I did not indeed, yeah.
Where would you like me to place the radar?
That and that and that and
Let me
that.
see what's the cover of this.
And
Any suggestions or?
then-
I haven't thought about it much, but I'm guessing one of the corners of one of the roundabouts. Maybe at each roundabout, actually.
Yeah, in the middle of the roundabouts.
Well, not in the middle, because there's not a power pole there, but...
I mean, there isn't a power pole anyways. Yeah, middle is quite too far.
No, I'm thinking something like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the with that you cannot you might end up with like 4 radars at each intersection because you could rotate and blueprint the others, you know.
Right.
I'd rather have it rotational symmetrical somewhere.
Yeah, in that case, I mean, we could even boop 4 of them down, right? Like one in each.
Yeah.
Whatever.
How about here, on each side?
Sure. I don't think it fits though, right? So.
No, it doesn't.
Cutting
I
plots.
I also thought about like having it like this.
Yes. Yeah, let's do that, and let's add the radar on the other side.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Someone's put down hardwood flooring around the whole wooden production area.
Yep.
It looks sort of appropriate. I'll yeah, why not?
So Tristan needs a new job, right?
I am currently sorting out chests of shame.
Okay.
So Tristan has a job that will keep him going for quite a long time.
You did the electric furnace, right? Like last time? That was
Yeah,
still open here?
Pretty sure I remember talking about electric furnaces in the.
Okay.
Oh, actually.
I
No,
haven't-
that might
I
have been
don't-
in the research. Sorry, I take it back. No, I think I'm thinking of the research, not the building. I don't know if it's been done.
I can do that as a diversion.
Okay.
Nope, hasn't been done. Right, are you working now? Yes, you are. Lovely.
Rocket fuel.
So
Right, that's all the nests from that one
So you're
done.
making
Blimey, that was a
so you're using
painful one.
halfness. So it should be balanced. Doesn't seem to be, but these are all still stopping. I'm not quite sure why. Yeah, have I messed up here? So there we go. If you look in here, it says crafting speed 10 oil to make 1 solid fuel per second. If I look at this one, it's using 0.5%. I've done it the wrong way round. Oh my goodness. Ah! I have spectacularly failed there. Ah. I might actually deserve Mike's mockery for once.
Oh, yeah, you always deserve my mockery, don't worry.
Right, let's try and get this correct this time, shall we? So take out that one, take out that one, and that one, and therefore lose that, and that, and that. And then, right, so we've got... This one is then going to be feeding to both of these two machines. This one is going to be feeding to both of these two machines. This one's going to be feeding to both of these two machines. And then I need to get my pylons in a row, like that, and copy that. And we'll take out some spare pipes to tidy things up a little bit as well. Ugh.
Alright, Mark, I've added the radars. Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. It's been a long week, and it's only Monday.
In fairness, given how warm it is,
It is, yeah.
like,
It is now down all the way to 27 degrees in here, so it is much better than it was when I started. I don't even know what it was at when I started. But also, I've stopped running around now. I've been sat down, so I myself have cooled down as well. So things are, temperature-wise, things are much improved from the way they were when I started. But still, whew, it has definitely been a toasty day. Yes, I appreciate the implication that I can use the weather as an excuse.
well, you know, some of us need all the excuses we can get.
This is one of those times where I kind of wish I was over here managing this rebuild, because things would have happened much more quickly, and I could have doing things by hand is quicker, basically. Little things like trying to get this pylon in the right place. It has to go there. Oh, actually, no, don't need to do that. I can move that one across like that. There we go. And these inserts all seem to be okay, which is a little bit bizarre. Oh, that one's powered by this. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. Yes, rocket fuel production has just, or will have doubled once all of this has got placed. You're quite right. So it is actually very worthwhile. Why is that? What? It's clearly not needed. Yes,
Laurence, you may now include the defense in your next video.
Hooray! Awesome, thank you. Yeah, the aircon doesn't actually point at me, unfortunately. One of the things I need to do at some point is do a bit more cardboard engineering to build a duct.
Yes.
I'm gesturing because I'm so used to having a webcam, but build a duct going from the aircon outlet, pointing round the corner of my desk, so it just sort of blows at me rather than blowing just into the room in general, and that'll make it a lot more effective. I mean, it won't make it any more effective at bringing the room's temperature down, but it'll make it a lot more effective at. Yes, thank you, Tristan. That's a good idea. Make it a lot more effective at bringing my personal feeling of what the temperature is like.
Maybe a bit more back, even. Yeah, better.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's right.
Right. Oh, we could do some lights over here in the whole oil processing area, couldn't we? Let's do that. If I can find the things.
Maybe like this.
Balloon.
Yeah, that's...
Balloon on a stick. One there.
But we have electric furnaces. We currently have 9 of them.
Okay.
Boink. Boink.
That's going to build to 500.
Boink. 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 This is apparently the noise that me putting down balloon lights makes. Boink, 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 boink. Put more in over here, but there's no power. So.
I've put a bit of ammo on each one, Mark. Do you want me to... How do you want me to curve off the wall?
A second?
How do you want me to finish off this bit of wall here? In that way, or down there like that?
Down there.
Down there. Yeah, okay. Do you want to copy and paste another thing over it?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, I mean, you've got designs and so on. Cool. Can't call?
Right, so from that...
Right.
Oh. Heck. This is not how it's meant to go. Oh, it's this bit with the stupid and the difficult and the more high glove. I'm just going to go over there and do it by hand, because if I try and do this remotely, then well, I'll just end up putting iron ore into the rocket fuel or something like that. In fact, I'm slightly surprised and quite glad that didn't happen. Or possibly rocket fuel down into the iron ore. That'd be equally silly.
I've just realised that on the map, the crude oil has an absolute value rather than the percentage rate.
I noticed that.
Oh.
I haven't found an explanation, but if you look at the patch as opposed to the,
it does say
patch,
the patch,
then it has
yeah.
a percentage. So I'm kind of looking forward to finding out what happens when one of them runs out. Oh, hello, Raiders. Hello, Swan, and however many of your friends. Welcome.
Hello.
Good to have you here. Thank you very much for joining. This may look just like I'm messing around on Nauvis with some random friends, but no, we have actually gone. No, I don't like Mike. No, I kid. I kid.
Hey!
Sorry, that was a bit harsh,
Meanie.
even by our standards. But yeah, we are playing what the a mod set
We
we
have
call
standards?
Planetary Pioneers, and yeah, apparently we have standards, which involves 20 different planets, which I shall, such as well, these ones. But we start off on Lignumis. We've sort of finished off that one. We're now on Nauvis trying to make a rocket so we can send somebody off to Maluna to get started over there, and then we'll just expand across the universe as things go. And yes, things are going. Yeah, I think things are going reasonably well. We've got a little bit of rocket fuel coming through now, and we have set up our factory. And yeah, so we've got. I reckon we've got just over 20 planets, just over 30 science packs, and somewhere over 100 or so mods in general. We haven't got a teleport mod. We do have the planet hopper launcher. So we've set up some self-imposed rules on these, but basically we've got this for getting us around easily between planets. But the first time we go anywhere, we're going to make sure we do it properly with a sort of combination of rockets and space platforms and so on. So we're not going because we feel teleporting is a little bit too cheap. The planet hopper, we haven't quite formed a strong opinion about it yet, but we'll see how cheap it feels and whether it feels excessively so and just unreasonably advantageous to use, should we say? Okay, Chloe's just getting percentages. That's very odd because I thought you were playing with exactly the same set of mods that we are. I don't know. So yeah, something's gone funny there. So what we're talking about for reference is that over here, this we've got the mod that puts all the tags on patches as they're found. So over here, for example, it tells us we've got a 4.1 million copper patch there, so to make it easier to spot them basically. And the other sort of nice side effect of that is when you have a patch that you've been digging away at, you can see over here this started off at 3.9 million and is now down to 2.9 million. So we can tell how much of it we've used up. So you get an idea of how much the patch has gone. That's great. It works absolutely fine with most of our patches, including things like trying to find one that we've used a good chunk of. There's okay. In here, you see this one it was started off as 335,000 and it's now down to 99,000. So we've used like 2/3 of that one. But oil patches are a bit weird. So this says 5.7 million, but if I mouse over it, then it says 1,920%. So those are not the same type of number. So it'll be interesting to find out as we carry on digging away over here whether this patch runs out. So at the moment it's 1,069% and 4.2 million. I don't know. We will find out as time goes on.
Laurence, you didn't connect the oil patch with the resource monitor.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that was a thing I was supposed to be doing. How do I connect an oil? How do I connect with a resource monitor?
There's a old mobile phone symbol with 2 ears on it, or Alt Zulu.
Let's see if I can find the button as well, just to see what you meant by a phone with ears.
Like with 2 antennas on top.
Oh, there it is, resource monitor. Alt Y apparently for me.
Oh yeah.
So I just then boop a patch, do I? Does that boop the patch?
Yep,
Yeah, I think so. Yes, there's something there now. Okay, and it also tells. I see. It's at 64.1%. So we've used about a third of it already, if that's remotely accurate. I guess we'll see how that goes. Am I still quieter than everyone else? Okay. I'm using a different microphone than I usually do because I've got my aircon running and it's quite noisy. But the headset microphone is slightly better. I'll show you the difference. This is with the microphone I normally use. And that is a little bit louder. But you can probably hear the aircon in the background, like that. So I'm using this instead because it's a bit less horrendous.
I need more bullets. I was trying to add the uranium patch to the monitor, and it didn't seem to work.
There we go. I've turned them down a little bit further, so hopefully we're all a little bit more balanced now.
Just do that.
Thank you.
We have a very healthy supply of light oil, so I'm going to attempt to change that by putting in a lot more oil rocket fuel production. So get all of that. I think if I just copy the whole lot, then probably it'll work if I just shove another copy of it in over here. Okay, I need to put in a bit more pipe. Oh, and there's cliffs in the way. We're not going to get cliff explosives, proper cliff explosives, until we get to Vulcanus, are we?
Grenades it is.
Just use the grenades.
Yeah, but I need to go all the way over there for that.
You're in the logistics system, aren't you? You can request them.
Oh no, I mean I need to go all the way over to where I need to blow stuff up.
Oh right, yes.
I was going to say yes, I have got the grenade. Oh, I haven't got the I haven't got the nanobots, but those I can request by logisticity. So let's request.
Sorry,
that.
Mark, do you want me to add the trains like this? Or do you want to spare? Do you want some fluid wagons as well, or is that a different?
I know. Just that for now. Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so down
Actually,
here.
my system doesn't work with fluid wagons yet. I'll have to think about that.
20. Only made. How much steel does these take? 20. Okay. Right. So yeah, we've made 20 space platforms so far. We have not made a space platform starter pack because that requires steel and 60 space platform foundations, and we have massive shortages of steel still. So I can leave it ticking over, but it's going to be a while till anything useful happens from that.
Lawrence?
Yes.
You added 2 oil patches.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I added it twice. Sorry.
Yes, so you can delete one, and if it's not covering all of it, you can just, there's a button, the plus symbol, the rightmost button of the line. You can just expand if it doesn't recognize the whole patch.
Okay.
Top left, the symbols up there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Yes, that. Background. I feel also. There we go. Right. So I've actually got 2 crude oil patches in here. Yeah. There's different amounts in the 2 of them. So let's delete 10. No, let's delete 9 because I put 10 in. What? Oh, I see. There we go. Right. So I've got a crude oil patch. It's 63%. I don't know if it's got all of them or not. It's kind of hard to tell. Rephrase that. I don't know how to tell. View the site. Well, it's there. Okay. I could delete it, or I could expand the site. There we go. So if I just say, can I just drag across it? Yes, I can. So there we go. We've got number 10, crude oil. 5.5 hours of crude oil left.
Okay.
Okay. That's not too bad. That means it'll run out sometime during next week's stream, probably.
Mark?
Yes.
I'm about to place another city block.
Yes.
And it's asking for input and output types. So what do I do with those?
Yeah, basically in the blueprints places the northern and southern station. One as an input, one as the output station. So you have to basically decide what items do you want to produce in that block.
If I don't put anything in, can't we just blueprint over it and decide later?
Yeah, sure. That should work.
Chloe points out that we have plenty of iron ore and a shortage of steel, and therefore we should, expand production.
What is this logic that people are bringing to the table?
And we actually do seem to have enough iron at the moment. So iron is caught up probably because there's a shortage of something else, like probably steel. But yeah, we could potentially put in so I guess we could. So there is some spare iron ore coming. Well, there is excess iron ore coming in along here. There's more than we need. We could put in another row of pulverizers across here, and then I guess we'd need another entire row of iron production because we do seem to be using all of the pulverized. Well, actually, no, we don't. Not quite. Or alternatively, I could crack off one of these belts, this belt here, and bring that down and feed it into the steel production down here, which currently has plenty of capacity, should we say. We've got, well, actually, that said, down here we've got theoretically to... I could come and mess with priorities. Have all of this coming through this way. We're not getting a solid... Yeah, there's... I think the prioritization up here is bad and should feel bad. I propose I come over to here and put in proper balancers, because you might notice that the belt on the right along... Or actually, no, if I just prioritize to the right on all the outputs down here, then we should get a bit more flowing through. Yeah, I'll just do that. So you, output priority to the right. Same for you and you. And I seem to not have belt mode turned on. There we go. So now we should have, yes, there we go, got a solid belt coming down here, we've got a solid belt coming down here, solid coming down here, and there's still plenty on this belt to keep this running, so we could even expand it further. We're still using up all of this, so that's because we've got an input priority there. So that's better. That means we'll get more iron ore flowing in here, therefore we'll get more crushed coming out. So that will hopefully boost us up a little bit and get us slightly closer to having a bit more down here, and a bit more coming in here. I guess we'll see. Yeah, a 5 to 4 balance would be quite good.
Mike, how's your bicycling?
Yeah, it's going, thanks. It's
Yeah,
the whole with they're getting tougher faster than they're dying.
Yeah. Do you need the hand?
I could do with another few thousand ammunition if that's alright.
We haven't got the steel for that, I don't think. Or
Yeah,
at least if we have, then that's why we don't have the steel for anything else.
So the more serious thing is, do we have damage upgrades to make the damage levels of each thing go out, or I don't know about shooting speed, because it's not DPS that's the issue. It's cost.
It's just D.
It's cute.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, so
Because we have a rocket ready.
Ooh.
that's quite exciting.
I mean, there's like 2-3 more nests.
I guess we can't actually do anything with that until we have a space platform thing ready, though.
Yes.
There it is.
I think
What's missing for that?
iron. Sorry, steel.
Okay.
So yeah, there is a major problem with the steel. We
Yeah.
have enough iron at the moment. At least the belts are full. And not flowing solidly. So the factory has enough iron as of right now. I've increased steel slightly by fiddling with some of the priorities, but that's only that's a bit of a half-hearted cobbling together. But it does mean we're getting slightly more iron going into steel production, but only slightly. To actually fix it, we probably want to put in an additional steel smelting stack, and steal a load of the iron, or maybe even put in more pulverizing and more iron processing and more steel processing. But the question is, at this point, is it worth it? Is it worth doing?
I think it's worth doing, because we want to do like 2 spaceships, probably like a white space science plus a Lignumus ship plus a whatever new moon we go to. So.
Okay, I shall. I'll put in another crushing facility, and then another iron production facility, and then another steel production facility on top of that. So that's going to. I'm proposing I'll put in the crushing here, because that makes perfect sense. It just goes on top of the existing ones. Then the iron one on top of here, because again it makes sense in the same way. And then probably just put the steel on top of that, because I think it's easier to do that than to pipe it off to somewhere completely different. That's the part that sort of is potentially open to debate, and you might dislike.
The crushing could be just expanded to the left. There is room for that.
I've upgraded some.
But then I'd have to upgrade the belt to do that. But that is also a possibility.
But that's just the belts locally for those.
Oh, filthy hacks. I mean, it works.
What do you filthy hacks?
Oh. So I was doing a Firebase and then moving in myself. Mark's just dumped down 40 tanks in the center of the. It's like, oh, what is this hacks?
Yeah, I'm still not sure how I feel about that. It's definitely.
I know.
It's cheesing it a little bit, but yeah, okay. Let's put in some. Let's do some red belt upgrades over here. I'll manage. I'll handle the inputs to make it all run a bit faster, and then so we'll have twice as much coming through, and then twice. Yeah.
I don't know if it won't be twice as much.
Right.
Although with more crushers added, it would be.
Yeah, I'll put in more crushers as part of that.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Those red belts may need extending further then. I just
Ooh,
I
I
did
made a
not.
mistake.
There's a mod for that.
You did. It worked anyway.
Oh, actually, that technically doesn't need to be. It's these ones in particular. Where are you going? Don't worry about that another time. That needs to be upgraded. That needs to be upgraded. And then
Talking about this one.
want that again over here. That. To be honest, I don't really want it with wooden pylons, but as long as we have some wooden pylons, I'm not going to worry about that too much.
We do. I turned down the amount we're going to craft.
Okay.
But
Right, let's try and follow these belts then. So we've got the crushed is coming through up to here, and it's also been brought down to here. So it's going out along these two belts. The first one goes down
So I
to
was
this
thinking
belt.
there and there is defences.
Other one
Or
goes
should we ever scout past it and see what's...
No, I would say that.
You're prioritised, okay.
Yeah.
There's also this one. Oh, okay, so I need to upgrade both of these. Fine.
I
see
assume you
how
stole
this
all my ammunition?
Oh, probably. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Just
that, and that,
help me
and
with the next
that.
nest.
Don't care about that one. But I do also need to then paste this in here. Do you think there's even Roboport coverage down here? Because I know that was a. Oops. I know that was a.
yeah, out to the right hand end, not
Okay.
to the left hand end.
Not to the left. Yep. Okay. So I need to put in more Roboports as well. Fine.
Yep.
How
Okay,
can I do
brilliant.
this that isn't in a way that
Ready?
isn't more horrible?
We don't have any, but yeah.
Okay, we don't have any Roboports because we don't have any steel, and we don't have any steel because we don't have any Roboports. Good. I can't see the corner. Okay, we've got that now. That goes there. Those two should be the right distance apart, so I should be able to do that, and that, and typical. It doesn't fit. I'll put one there then.
Yeah.
Paste.
That is then... Or there's a expansion squad just here.
Oh yeah.
Have you got power? Yes. Have you got coverage? Virtually. I'm going to have to put one in here, and I don't like that, because it doesn't really fit. But I'll do that for now, and I can always move it later if there's a problem. Do we change the map generation from the time I uploaded the save game on Discord when you guys got Nauvis?
What?
Not the same patch. That's interesting. No, I don't believe we did anything with
Oh.
you should be more careful around worms and spitters. I don't. We certainly intended for it to be the same same save game, so it shouldn't have changed. Although we did remove a couple of mods. We removed FNEI, and we add. Oh, maybe we added a couple of extra mods. I did update the save game at one point. So maybe in a combination of all of those things, that's messed around the patches. Sorry about that. The whole point of the save game is so that you can play along in exactly the same world as us. So if I've messed that up by adding in an extra planet and that's thrown off the generation, then that's a bit rubbish. So yeah, sorry about that. We had a stream drop a little while ago. Regular. It was I don't know, about an hour ago at this point, I think. You don't see anything that tells me my duration at the moment, apart from the one in OBS, which says an hour, almost 2 hours. So that's clearly from when we actually started. I think it's about an hour ago. So the stream did drop then, but I don't think it's happened again. Okay, Chloe is telling us we are missing crucial information that's been changed from normal space age. Well, I guess we'll probably find that out at some point, and I look forward to it with trepidation.
Mike, can you bring some grenades?
Grenades, yes. There were like 200 on my body.
Oh, okay.
No wonder you blew
I should
up.
bring more. Yeah. It was so hot they cooked off, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Can I
built
steal from your
tanks
body?
yet?
Yeah, but I mean, you can try.
Careful, he might be lying on one with the spoon removed.
I can.
Oh, no, pin removed. If the spoon was removed, it would have exploded. You know what I mean.
I assume there was a question about tanks with guns. Severe.
Yeah.
We don't have them researched.
We have tanks with oil, but not tanks with guns.
Yeah.
Or tanks with water if you want. All these things are possible. But not guns. Oh, it's so far from one end of the factory to the other. Ah. Right. That. Have that. Oh, I just dumped all my steel into making low density structures. Let's not do that. Oops. So what's that done? What does our steel production look like? Let's have a look. Let's see if I can spell steel first. That'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Over the last hour, or hot steel production has gone from 360. It dropped off quite a lot. Then it bimbled back up a little bit to 338. So yeah, we're still having some throughput problems. Presumably this must have been I don't know actually. Why would it have been better before and then dropped off? That suggests there was an input problem.
Is he getting through buffers of ores?
Yeah, maybe. But there's quite a lot, quite a long time of it running at the higher speed before it dropped off. So I'm not sure. We've got quite a lot of this.
I have concerns about a build that has your name over it, and I don't know if it's broken or is supposed to be doing something, and I don't understand
So
what.
is that me? Do you say?
Yes.
That does look broken.
Is
It
it
looks
that it
like
can crush
I've
coal, and that is upsetting it?
yeah. So yeah, I guess yes. I think the crushers. Yes, the crushers have picked up coal to power themselves. I'm surprised this was my do. I don't remember. I have no recollection of this place, as the saying goes. But it does have my name on it. You're quite right. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this was intended to produce sand. And has produced sand, and then also and then has gone. Oh look, there's yeah. So doing that and then removing the coal supply from it is going to be the way to fix it.
Yeah.
I'm both surprised this ever worked, and also
Well, the stone is closer.
yeah,
So,
true.
only
Oh, so
at the
maybe
top,
there's a stone
actually, no.
hiccup. But
It's only closer at the top, so
yeah.
I don't.
No, it's a weird one. That's the problem with having a burner crush. Maybe we only researched being able to crush coal relatively recently.
Maybe.
No.
No, okay.
You used it for oil?
Oh no, more
Purpose?
longer ago than that. But so
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
probably for doing the oil processing, or the plastic production. And
I don't recall it being a separate research, to be honest.
No, I'm honestly puzzled because this was clearly set up as a coal-powered stone crushing facility, but it has suddenly started crushing coal as well, and I can see why it's been crushing coal, but I don't see why it worked in the first place. I'm going to investigate this a little bit because I am curious. So, crushed coal is researched with crushed coal is unlocked by oil processing. So when I built it, it worked. And then we unlocked oil processing, and now our crushers will crush coal as well.
Do I have a few more bells, Mike?
Yes, just not wooden ones.
Oh well. I feel better for having worked out why it broke, anyway.
I'm just now looking at everything that feeds off from that. I'm inclined to just feed the coal and crushed coal into this splitter, or a splitter up there.
Yeah,
give
it to absolutely anything that uses fuel, and it'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some wooden belts, Mark.
Yeah, perfect, thank you.
Right. Do the crushers need their recipes set, or is it literally just chuck whatever in it? Just does it?
It'll chuck whatever in, and it'll try and which can go very badly wrong.
No worries.
So yes, the cable there. Right, give that a few minutes, it'll sort itself out. In the meantime, are we making? Yes. Oh no, we're not making road reports because we've run out of steel again, probably. Robos. There we go. Can make another 2. I don't know if that's going to be enough because other people might be expanding in Roboport networks as well. In which case, there should be some sad. But yeah. So I especially said, oh no, I need 2 more, and I'm going to build 2 more. I don't see anywhere else where Roboports are being put down, so hopefully that's going to be okay. And then we can, yeah, as I say, need to have steel to get steel. I think I'm going to run all the way back over there again now, and I'm going to have a look because those splitters and things are not going to be not going to be feeding in enough iron ore for all of the outputs demands, unfortunately. And I don't think even with the 4 belts coming in, I think we've increased it. Or I think I've increased demand by enough that it's going to struggle. So we'll go and have a look and see what we can do. And on the way over, I shall grab some of these belts because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need them. I've got a load of undergrounds and I've got some splitters already, actually, so that's probably going to be fine. The disco science down here is fun. What are we doing at the moment? Okay, we're doing red, green, and grey at the moment, which is apparently at least reasonably critical. Right, let's see. Down, so no, still not quite far enough. Got to walk another block all the way over to down here somewhere so that I can get to all of that. Can I build any of this on my way past? Do I have any of the large pylons? Go, I've got 6 of them. Go on, bots. Do your thing. Oh, do I not have bots because I've been doing... No, I do have that set up, and I still have 10 construction bots. So I don't know why my bots are being lazy. I've got Roboports turned on. Maybe they're already being brought out from elsewhere. Let's see if these get built. Yeah, okay, yeah, the bots are fine. Might as well do some of this place by myself because I've got all those belts that I grabbed earlier, as we saw, and it's a lot quicker to do things yourself sometimes, especially when it's a long belt run like this and you've got long reach installed. It's much quicker to do these sort of things by hand than I've run out. It is generally much quicker to do it by hand than waiting for the bots to turn up with everything, at least until you run out of stuff. So here we're going to get. This belt is going to get, assuming we can get red belts all the way through and the whole system works nicely, we're going to get both of these 2 and a bit of this one being put onto this belt by priority. Now there's going to be a little bit left over. It's going to go onto this one, and then all of this one's going to go onto this. So we're going to get 1.5. No, we're going to get just over 1 going onto this one, and then this one will be prioritised onto here. So we are going to upset the iron production here. But to be fair, yeah. If you can't make more iron. Sorry, you can't make more steel without using up more of the iron ore. And given that we're using most of the iron ore coming in already, there's going to be a shortage. So I think for now it's going to be good to have more steel, or have the problem be an iron shortage rather than a steel shortage. If nothing else, to make a bit of a change. You know what? I'm going to borrow that Roboport from up there, and I'm going to put it in down here. Because at least now, we should be able to start building everything. Well, I say we should be able to start building everything. So at least if I put that there, then we can power this Roboport. And now, yeah, so we should now, the bots are now, everything should now be within Roboport range. So the bots should come over and do all of the things. Unfortunately, we are short of 127 different things, and most of those are burner inserters.
Yeah, that's me dumping them out into wooden chests to say we don't even care about these at all.
Okay, fine. We've got a load of gold pipes.
Yep,
that might be a copy-paste mistake.
Nope, that's the same.
Okay. Shortage of red belts. A shortage of the blue circuits are fine. That was just me pulling them out of the network as well. Iron chests, probably Tristan again. Red undergrounds, red splitters. That's all around here. I might be able to help with that a bit though, because I've got some.
No, they're probably fine. Them probably also.
Oh, is that you as well? Okay. Oh, in that
yes.
case, we seem to have most of what we need. Yeah, over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll look happy.
We're short of 3 pistols. Can I help
Yep.
with that? No. Okay, yeah, it looks like things are pretty good over here then. So there we go. We've now got twice as much ore crushing going on. Which, interestingly, it does not seem to be. The belt is not flowing quite as solidly as I would have expected, which is a bit of a surprise. I was thinking that having gone from... I doubled the speed of the belt by going from yellow to red, and I've doubled the number of machines, so I was expecting this to then just go, right, okay, that's twice as much ore. Although that said, the input is flowing solidly. I think there's just a little bit of buffering down the end of it. Yeah, there's just a bit of buffering down the end of the belt, so that is running flat out. That's good. Similarly over here, yeah, that seems to be going pretty solidly. So now we are jamming up down here a little bit, which is that's actually kind of a good thing, because it means we are still going to be feeding off a decent amount of the crushed iron, off to be made into actual iron. Then along here we've got all of this flowing through here to be made into yeah, all of the hot metals coming through here. This seems to be there's a jam in the middle of here, so there's a bit more upgrading required on this belt. So let's finish that one off, and that one. So those can get those running at full speed, so we should get a bit more iron coming through here. So we've got one solid red belt in two halves coming in of the crushed iron over here. Well, very nearly coming in over here. Then that should turn into a solid red belt of iron coming out down through the middle of each of these, and then therefore two solid red belts of iron. We've got one belt of iron going in over here to be made into steel, and then one other going off up here to be made to go onto the bus and iron things up there. So yeah, that has mostly worked, except I think I need to leach this one off, this belt off, and turn it into steel. Because look at it, you see how slowly that's running. So if I come up here, I need to put in another bank of steel cooking somewhere. So that means basically I need to copy and paste this and put it somewhere where there is a supply of coal and I can get the iron to come into it. The obvious place is here, but there's a copper processing facility there. I could put it in above here. That is certainly a possibility, but then I'm mixing up the iron and the steels. But I think Mark said that would be okay, and because it gets it in there, and we get our steel supply upgraded a little bit that way. So I'll probably do that. Or I could put it in on top of here, but it's getting a little bit crowded around here. Although there is the feed of coal up here as well, so it's possible. But no, I think better to put it in above the iron. Sorry. So if I take a copy of that, I will lose the iron ore belt that goes up the middle. Actually, no, I'll go from here. Take that much. Oh, no, that's yeah. We're still going to need a belter for bringing the coal to the other end. Okay, fine. So put this in up here, the other way round. Like, let's try and line up the furnaces because that sort of makes things look a little bit prettier. Put that in there, and then we've got the coal comes up along here, so I'm going to need to... Sadly, I'm going to need to feed that to the other end of the belt, like this. And then feed it in there. So that's going to come up here and feed it at the top of that... wait, what? How did this work before? Oh, I see. So there's a splitter in here like that, and then that goes that way, and then that comes along and goes up there. So that, yeah, that'll work. So we'll have the iron coming in here at a full red belt, and then steel coming out here at a yellow belt, because that's fine, because it's steel, it's much slower. So that red belt of iron, well, I mean, I could... It is the one I was planning to use is this one down here. So I'm tempted to... But it's all going to the same place. It doesn't matter. Let's steal that. Pun unintended. Bring it over here. There we go. And actually, this needs to then... This ideally then wants to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 3. Do we have blueprints installed for... No, we don't. We don't have the blueprints for balancers.
Okay.
I bought one in my blue.
Hello hello, Doopy. Thank you, Sophia. Yes, I think things are sort of approximately vaguely back-ish, kind of. Let me just poke all the right buttons and try and get things working as well as I sensibly can. Okay. Welcome back, or welcome back to me, I suppose. I shouldn't say welcome back when it was me who went, should I? That doesn't really make sense. But yes, we are somewhat back. I hesitate to say we are so back because I'm not convinced we are so back. We're just slightly back. Right. So what's going on here? What on earth are we trying to do? Oh yes, I remember. Yes, I was going to try and split this off a bit differently and try and get because I want to get. Ideally, I want to get a solid red belt of iron coming up here to be made into more steel. Oh, we need to get the. It would help if I linked the steel up to. Sorry, the coal input up here as well. Should be like that, really. That and then like that. I panicked then because the autosave thing popped up and I wasn't looking at that part of the screen. I had this brief. Oh no, it's not. I've lost contact connection with the server again. Panic moment. Right, I'm going to cut the iron supply off for a moment and replace this with a 4-to-4 balancer.
There's a balancer book in the game blueprints now if you wanna.
Okay.
Use them.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. Oh, it's all set to. Oh, I see. Cool. I'm just going to use a 4-to-4, I think.
And they're all blue, but there are
you
can downgrade to yellow and red.
So on that one. Put that.
Can I have another job, please?
There.
Sure.
No, that. Oh. No.
Give me a second.
Why is
Yeah.
Oh, I've messed this up. Right, let's try that again. So put the blue one down. Actually, let's start off by just tidying everything up and then do this properly. Right, pull up all of that. Then, from the blueprints, balancer book, 4 balancers, standard balancer, 4-to-4 goes there. It's going to be blue. That's okay. Get out the downgrader. Downgrade to red. Upgrade. Cancel those. There we go. Right. So there we go. That's going to be a red end to 4-to-4. So that's fine. Now I can pull this back up. And I know we've got 5 coming in, but these are red belts. If I bring this down to here like that, let's put that slightly different place. If I put this here like that, then I can stick in a red balancer there and upgrade these belts to red. And then we should get an extra belt coming out of here, which I can then pass up this way. Remove this belt, put that one back as it was before, pull this out, and run that up here like that.
Mark,
Then
Yes.
how are you dumping wood into there?
Big one?
How are you dumping wood into there? Because it should be taking it over to the chest that's filtered to wood.
Oh yeah. I disconnected the robo parts things to
right, yeah.
delete some.
That explains why that stuff's broken.
Yeah, sorry.
Little burners.
I tried to explode some clips, but it didn't work anyway.
Yes, Doopy, the router died again. I despair somewhat. I've rebooted it this time, which in previously has seemed to be better. But yeah, I'm going to take whoever's suggestion it was about putting about getting a USB fan and having that just blowing on the router all the time, especially in the summer. Yeah, I'm going to do that because it sounds like an excellent idea. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Are the bots actually coming over to do this?
No, because the roboport's been disconnected.
What roboport's been disconnected? What?
The row of robopods. I tried to explode these cliffs here, but
I see. Right.
it didn't
Okay.
work. Mike,
Hello.
do you want to launch the first space platform?
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Mark, do you have the roboport you took?
Yeah. So could you put it back, please? Because
No,
it's-
I don't. Oh, yeah.
there's not
oh.
going to be
The
any
network
iron
is
or
now
steel.
The network is now connected through there.
No, not that one. The
Yeah, I know.
There's not going to be any iron coming
I
through until
didn't.
that rope port gets
Yeah,
replaced.
I didn't notice that my bots took them.
All right. Okay. There's a...
So,
It's
Lawrence,
the-
do you, or Mike, do you want to coordinate with Lawrence when to launch the rocket?
Yeah, sure. Where's the silo?
Here.
I like how we both
Yeah,
pinged it.
thank
We
you.
both missed.
I suddenly discovered. Yeah, the accuracy, etc.
It's close enough.
I have never done this before.
I
So,
think you can just hit the button.
do I need to take anything with me?
no, you don't go.
You don't go yet.
Do we need to send anything with it?
You can't.
It has already got the thing that it is going to take.
In the top right, you see you have a capacity of 1 ton, and
Yep.
the
I
starter
see,
pack
gotcha.
fills it fully.
Yep. Okay. So I'm ready to press the button.
Where are we? You ping the location.
Yep. So
Great.
we're about to let Mike light the blue touch paper and retire quickly.
Okay. Stand by.
Standing by.
Oh.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh no, you pressed the
Oh,
wrong
no.
button.
Mike broke it.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Don't know what you've done, but it's not launching.
Mike, what have you done?
I pressed the button. There's only one button that you could press. And I pressed it.
You have to select a name on the left side.
Oh, the platform's that space platform.
Okay. Fair
Um,
enough. I was wondering why there were two buttons.
Got you. Right.
No, Sophia, we're not sending a red car to go into orbit around various planets.
Right. There we go.
Where?
Oh shit, it's happening.
Oh. Going up.
Alright, Mark, let's shoot it down now.
It's good effort. Good effort. Whoosh.
There we go. And then presumably.
I'll have to be able to click on it in a moment.
Yeah, once it's gone up and
There you
deployed,
go.
there we go.
There
We
you
have
go.
created a
Hooray.
space platform.
Mike is the best.
Hooray! Oh, thank you. It's good of you to say so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I fully agree.
Oh.
I was looking at the in the orbital logistics hint. It's crashed. It's gone to scenario level, caused a non-recoverable error.
That's what you get for giving space platforms such ridiculous names.
I'm screenshotting that.
So, Mike, you didn't do any space platforming earlier in your.
I have never done it.
Okay, so please do space science.
Okay.
Space science is a Maluna thing.
Space science can't be done on a space platform anymore.
Ah, okay. Yeah. But anyway, do space science. You might have to move to another planet for that.
Yes, your task is to do space science, but then it's probably going to take a little while. I like the being able to see the planets thing. I also really like that from Nauvis you can see Maluna and Nauvis. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't like the way the scrolling around seems to be a bit
Yeah, but
odd.
wonky.
But
Yeah.
but I do really like that we can see the two moons as well as the main planet. That's really nice.
Probably the one thing for Mike to be aware of for building space platforms is it builds automatically as if there's bots up there essentially,
Yes.
and you don't need power poles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Basically, everywhere is automatically covered by power poles.
You also don't get
So-
to use chests at all.
Yes,
No chests allowed, but you can
And you
store
can't have
stuff
holes.
in the central thing.
you can't have holes in your scaffolding.
Yeah, no donuting.
How do you mean can't have holes?
You
It
can't
won't
make
let you. It won't let you make a ring around a gap.
Okay, but I can do other things.
Yes.
Yeah, you have
The
any.
space platform hub requests items from logistic network to be delivered by rockets. Fine.
Did you
Can
remember
set
to bring
automatically
oxygen?
fulfill requests from space platforms.
He'll
Okay,
realise soon when he's struggling for breath.
Yeah, just
it'll be fine.
play around with
Right,
it.
so,
What? I've got these.
I can't
yes.
murder these trees. I think someone
So
approved
obviously
them.
I know a little bit about the basic theory of it. What angle can meteorites come in from?
Any. So if it's in orbit, any. Otherwise, front. Top.
Why do my
basically.
personal bots not
So,
bot?
but as in like just a straight line north-south?
No,
Yes.
they'll move in
What?
at any angle.
Oh.
Basically.
So those I didn't use the download blueprint that came with the blueprint matron, and it's turned all of these things into all these belts into bioluminescent fast transport belts. That's very weird.
What?
Look over here. Look at mouse over one of the belts and look over on the right hand side, one of the ghost belts. Look over on the right hand side at what it's trying to be.
What did you do?
I placed the blueprint from the thing, and then rather than using the normal downgrade, rather than using the downgrade planner that was included with it, I just used a normal upgrade planner to downgrade it. And well, this happened.
Huh.
So yeah. Oh, thanks to the follow, Dr. Mega Man. Very much appreciated.
Lawrence,
Good to have you around.
Right,
Iron is
okay.
completely disconnected.
Yes, that's because
Yeah.
because of this whole thing. It is now on its coming back through again. So you will more iron will appear sooner or later. Which way are you going? You're going that way.
So can I build just scaffolding straight off?
Yes, although any scaffolding you build will need to be brought up by a rocket before it can actually be scaffolded.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
a turret. Don't place a turret. But it will automatically request stuff that it needs. But we have such a shortage of steel that there might not be very much space scaffolding available, so you might have to wait a little while.
Okay. Well, at the very least, I'm going to need some basic defences.
Yeah, you can start sort of sketching and designing, and then eventually stuff will come up and it'll be built.
Well, I mean the things getting hit basically.
Those tiny. When you're in orbit over Nauvis, those tiny little rocks that are coming in will not do any damage. It's only bigger ones that a Nauvis orbit is safe.
Okay, gotcha. Right, so
But when you go further out, and I suspect, but don't hold me to this if I'm wrong, I suspect the entire flight between Nauvis and its moons will be safe. In fact, I think we can check this. If you let me citation needed myself on this one for a second.
What was the Luna? Chunks.
Yeah, chunks are fine. So, Mike, if you open up the Factoriopedia and go to the space tab, the fourth one along.
Hang on. Yep.
You see at the bottom there's a massive chunk of planets with arrows going back and forth between them.
Yep.
If you click on one of those,
those are the routes. Got you.
Those are the routes, and you can see the graph on the. It'll show you a graph of what you might see. So if you pick the first one, which is Nauvis to Maluna, then you'll see that it's just chunk sizes of asteroid. Chunk is fine. If they bump into the ship, if they bump into your ship, they will just shatter and vanish.
Yeah. Okay.
If you look at the third one, just because it's there, Aquilo to Stargate, then you'll see that there's medium, big, and yes, and so
those
on.
are asteroids
Those
rather
are
than
ones that will
chunks, and therefore
actually
they. Gotcha.
Those will do
Okay. Inco. Yeah, I'm looking in the tips and so on to see if there's an actual description of what it needs to do, have, etc.
Okay, that sounds like it does sound like a sensible place to start. I can't remember what there is. I can't remember how I learned to build my first space platform so long ago. Maybe I should refer to my streams. But yeah, I did eventually get there.
Right. Okay.
Right,
because I mean, the other thing that's obviously sort of throwing me slightly is that I haven't actually got anything to, like, I haven't put anything in my pockets, as it were, yet.
You don't need to go up there. You can build it entirely remotely.
No, I know that, but that's so. Usually, what you've got in your pockets is a good indicator of what you can and can't do.
Oh, I sort of see.
So, like, if
Yeah.
you're on Nauvis, you can put mines in your pockets. You can make them, so that means that you know that you can mine stuff. If that makes sense.
Right. I think it's fair to say at a quick glance, the stuff that's important and going to be new and relevant to you is all going to be on the space tab.
Yeah.
Okay. So space platform foundation is the right, cargo bays. The thing in the middle. No,
It's extensions to that.
gotcha. Engines. Okay, and then those are chunks. So at the moment, put engines down to make it go. Obviously, I know that you need to think about manufacturing stuff on board. There's grabbers.
There aren't any grabbers, I notice at the moment. Are we short of researchers at this point, or is that something we need to? Oh, So, in normal space age, you don't need to take your first platform. No, you still need grabbers, though. I'm puzzled as to how this is supposed to work.
What are they actually called?
I don't know. I call them
Asteroid
grabometrons.
collector.
Asteroid collector. Okay.
Asteroid collector. We need to get to Maluna first.
Yep. I think you have to bring everything up.
So we need to send.
Basically, you have to place the thrusters first.
Okay, so let's.
You think we need to make the rocket fuel on the ground and ship it up?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's going to be a pain.
Or at least
Yep,
to send the stuff up, you need to make the rocket fuel up there.
True.
Oh,
that's
and
fair
they've got a
point.
thing.
Yeah, you could do it either way
Okay,
around.
so how big are you? 4, 8. Okay, so
Okay, so we have all of the iron flowing in. These are all flowing solidly, so that's fine. I mean, it'd be nice if there's a bit more iron on this belt, but oh, there's a slow patch in there. Upgrade that. And I'm not sure that's going to make any difference because I think we're. Oh no, it is because this is might make a difference. It's worth a try.
okay, so where the pipe
Chloe
connectors
says
on
there are
the,
alternative recipes for thruster and oxidizer, but they're very cursed. Let's see if we can find those. We get fluids, fuel, a thruster fuel from. Oh, okay. And then the normal one. That is quite cursed. That is quite cursed. You're right. But it makes a certain sort of sense, I suppose. But you still need to get the hold of the water from somewhere. The 500. 500 is 5 barrels? Presumably, can you barrel thruster fuel? That's the question. Barrels. Where are the barrels?
where does fuel come from? As in, is there a connection point in the platform hub?
There's a connection point on the engines.
On the thruster, yeah. So
Yeah.
you need pipes up there and figure out how to make it up there.
Actually, right, okay, make the fuel. Okay, got you.
Yeah, we're gonna need to.
We don't have it researched.
You get it by building.
Building the first thruster. Okay, so that means we've got to send one up.
A bit healthier.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be a me job. Sorry.
You can.
I should be making the thrusters for you because that was a space thing, and I was asked to make all the space things.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Steel processing units and electric engines. Right there. Okay. Great. You know what? There's so few processing units here. Let's do that, and that, and then that, and it's just this guy. That goes there, and there. Let's at least use up those blue circuits that are on the wrong belt. Then have another of those. No, have another of those pairs. It goes there, and this one is supposed to make just rocket thrusters, and we'll allow 5 of those. Let's be generous. What else does we need? Steel, blues, and electric engines. So we've got blues. Steel comes down here. Electric engines is going to come down here in a little while. Steel is not coming down here because we don't have enough of it even after my upgrades. We'll go and check on the steel in a moment. But for now, once the bots build all this stuff up for me, that should in theory. Oh, I'm out of range of the roboport. Fine, put another one in down here. We don't have any roboports probably, but that's going in the right direction. So there we go. Thrusters are now theoretically being made, but will not practically appear for a little while. I'm going to have another look at steel. So steel, I think steel is significantly better, and it's got and the betterness has got to about here, but a lot of it's still going up here to make. Oh, it's probably the crushers, the electric crushers. That's fair enough. I suppose we do kind of need those. We should have roughly twice as much steel as we had before now. I can't spell. There's no R in steel, Laurence. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So we've gone from 306. Well, we've gone from about 360 a minute steel to 720 a minute. That makes sense. So yeah, steel has been roughly doubled, but it's going to take some time for that to sort of propagate through sufficiently for us to actually have enough steel everywhere where we're trying to do stuff with it. But once we do, we will hopefully get that we'll hopefully get that rocket engine you're after.
Thank you.
It maybe just make it in the machine.
It's possible.
Did it say craft or build? I can't remember. Build. No, you probably do need to place it.
Yeah. I can't place a tank or anything like that for fuel.
Tanks you can place in space.
Tanks.
Fluid tanks. Not
Fluid
combat
tanks, yes. Yeah. So how do you get the fluid out of the space platform hub?
You don't.
The space platform hub cannot contain fluids. It can only contain solids.
It's basically a warehouse.
Yep.
Okay, so getting fluids up, you got what, barrel them?
I would
Barrel
assume
them
there
like
is a solid rocket fuel to thruster recipe.
There is,
there?
but
It's also
Haven't
the
got it.
one we can actually use.
yeah, there is only one way we can currently make thruster fuel. Have you found thruster fuel in the Factoriopedia? It's in the fluids section.
No, I was looking for it in the tech. Fluids. Thruster fuel.
It's the bright orange one.
Yep, there we go.
You say that, Doopy.
Water and carbon.
We don't have carbon, and
Yep.
I don't believe we can get carbon at this point.
Alternate recipes from rocket fuel, there we go. So you can, and water.
Yeah. So you're correct, Doopy. He can create the rocket fuel or the thruster fuel in space, but it's not going to help. Well, he's still going to need water, unfortunately. So yeah, it looks like it's not just it's not going to just be, oh yeah, you make it all in space. That's sadly not the case.
So water is going to come from burning thruster fuel. No, that's sorry, it's used in, so generated by. That's
It doesn't look like you can barrel them.
You can't barrel thruster fluid, fuel, you say,
Or oxidizer.
or oxidizer. Okay.
Is this a challenge that you guys have solved as in?
It's no.
I'm
It's
missing something obvious, or is this actually the mods?
No, no.
you are.
That's new for you. We don't.
No,
Really?
yeah, I'm just challenging. Is there a thing that I'm?
I think you are missing something. Well, actually, no. I think you've already. I think you've already touched on the answer. But it is new to us as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's more the thing. Is am I being really dense, or is there actually a?
I mean, you are, but
Yeah,
Oh, thanks.
you are. You have already said what you need to do. So
Yeah, what, barrel the water?
that is what I'm assuming is what you have to do, because the normal way to make water is not available to you yet. Therefore, I assume you have to ship that up for at least as sort of a starter,
Yeah, and then
and
does
then
the
make
cycle here
fuel
work?
in space.
Right, oversized steam turbine. Not using oversized steam turbines. I'm just looking if there's a. So do I really need to bring up that much water?
I don't know how much fuel you're going to need to get to Maluna. So it could be requiring a lot of water, or it could be requiring a relatively small amount of water. I'm honestly not sure.
And presumably and back again.
Well, if necessary, you could go, oh, okay, I sent up 5 barrels and that got me there, but I can't get back. Okay, the next ship will go with 10 or 20 barrels.
Yeah,
Or
you can
Yeah.
always. Yeah,
whatever.
there's always the rescue option of just make another one is always available.
Yes, there's lots of looking through the recipes.
Chloe says it's a very short trip. I mean, actually, if looking at space, looking at the thing, you can see that Maluna is quite close to Nauvis, so
Yeah.
it feels like it is probably not very far. So you're probably going to be all right with not a
It's
huge
only
amount of
1
fuel.
megameter.
Yeah, megameters.
Which it was 15, I think, for the vanilla ones.
What to the first planets?
Yeah.
You could be right. I have absolutely no idea. Looks promising.
Mm-hmm. So that works. Then let's trim that down.
Oh yes, and Doopy reassures you with if you have a ship that runs out of fuel, it will drift gradually back towards. I think it's the planet where it started from, or is it the nearest one, or it will
Nearest
drift.
one, I think.
Okay.
I'm content with the idea it can be done.
So yeah, the point being, if you launch a ship and it has woefully inadequate fuel, it will come back again. Although if it's only slightly inadequate, it might not. Oh, nearest one apparently here. So,
It means you only need to be able to get halfway.
That's true.
So I need to bring up iron ore, barrels of water. Yeah.
Also for the first ship, may I suggest to go on a bit narrow and maybe not as many engines.
Sure.
Doesn't matter a huge amount because he's not going to get hit by anything.
He's not going to go anywhere dangerous with it.
Oh yeah, true.
Hey, the steel supply is, well, I'm not going to say it's not backing up, but it's generally keeping stuff a little bit happier now. We actually have 8 roboports in the box. Yay! And 77 electric furnaces. Wow.
Right.
And the iron input is basically surviving, so things seem to be going quite well. Is that because we stopped doing research? No, we are still doing research.
We're doing.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put some blank lines in the output research list output. Oh well. Right. And actually, the iron belts are not flowing solidly. The port side is all getting used up, is very, very empty, but the starboard side is jerking as it goes along. So that implies we're not actually using up all of the iron. So, yeah, things are looking good. Resources.
We are starting to struggle on power, by the way.
Oh, okay. All of the other resources are fine. Oh yeah, we are low power. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is someone free to do that?
I am free. Are you hoping for more coal or sort of starting to go solar?
No, more coal.
Okay. So we've got another belt of coal. Well, there's a couple here, and we're not using them up particularly heavily. So let's
I would
peel off.
suggest add a new one.
Well,
We
there's
do have to.
these 2 belts here, 3 belts here.
Yeah, but those were disconnected because they were starving the smelting setup. I would rather we have this mine to the east is dedicated to power production.
We do have 250 solar panels, by the way,
That's the what.
and
Oh,
250
right.
accumulators. If
Yeah, but yeah.
yeah, up to you.
Yeah, I would go power, steam power for now.
It's approaching 1 a.m. in the civilized parts of Europe. In case you're-
There are civilized parts.
No, no, it's 20 to 12.
It is getting a little late.
late.
Okay. All right. Should we let Mike off building his first spaceship for now, and let him have a little bit of
A cogitation on it through the week.
something like that, and then we can. Well, I will update the thumbnail for next week's stream to show Maluna, and therefore he has to go there because it says so in the thumbnail, and we wouldn't want to prove the thumbnail a liar.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, okay, so we'll call an end of the stream there. So thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Apologies for the number of things actually. Apologies for the late start, and apologies for the internet issues that cropped up a couple of times. The late start won't happen again next week because I haven't managed to double book myself again, so that's good. But the internet issues, well, I shall indeed buy a USB powered fan as somebody was suggesting, because that is an excellent idea. I'm going to hopefully just leave that plugged in and blowing on the router, and maybe it'll help. Fingers crossed, anyway. And I shall try and get a few other things fixed up as well. So, yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, I shall be starting another stream series on Wednesday. I shall be playing some Foundry, which is, well, imagine it. A best way to describe it, I think, is Factorio, but in a Minecraft world. So the world is made out of cubes, and there's trees, and it's 3D and first person and so on. But it's a Factorio game because you've got assembly machines, you go mining and stuff like that. And it's got a few nice little details, like some of the ore patches are underground, so you actually have to dig down and have an actual, a mine, rather than just sticking a thing down on the surface and going, yep, that'll do. So I'm looking forward to playing that. I played it a little while ago when it was very, very early alpha in the Steam Next Fest some years ago, and I enjoyed it. And now they've got actually a little bit more content. It'll be good to see what they've added in. There'll be videos coming out on Thursday and Friday this week. I'm afraid there was some minor issues with the technical difficulties with the recording quality, but they're certainly watchable. That should be okay. But I have fixed that problem, and future ones will not have that issue. All right, I think that's. Oh, and of course we will be back next Monday when we shall be sending Mike off to Maluna to this lovely little moon up here to see what he can see, and hopefully get some more resources and expand our empire a little bit. So yes, we shall be back then, and I hope to see you all on Wednesday. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then.
Bye.
Stream.
Have a good.
Bye.
Bye bye.